Where am I?
So
Hello?
hopefully this is coming through. We're trying not to talk too loud, so hopefully you guys can hear us. And
Hey,
welcome to
chicken bone lady behind us.
the Bob and Ham show today.
And our excellent adventures.
All right, let me check and see how our sound sounds.
There's a waitress behind us. How about that? We're at Applebee's, and we're in Sturgis, Massachusetts. So that's where we are. And we've been through a ton of states.
And you want to wait a little bit until we get a few people on first, before you tell them our whole story. We'll be done for tonight. Got 7 on.
He says 1 hour. 1 hour. So you heard 1 hour.
Not looking to go real long tonight. Don't have a lot to talk about.
Oh, Steven's on too.
Yeah. So welcome.
Getting a stage 2, not like Rider X, but good enough. Hope all is well, and God bless, Charlie.
So first, I want to say, when I go to here, it is. I can't spell tonight.
How are we doing now?
Pretty good.
Awesome. Can I get you anything at the moment?
No, I think we're good for right now. Thank you.
Of course.
And so we'll go back up here to the top and start from where we had.
Big Ben on.
Well, no, we were in Delaware. No, which way place? No, we're not in Delaware. Delaware. We're not there. And James is on. Can't spell James either. Spell it James. So I said I can't spell tonight.
Fat fingers.
From New Mexico. Mike's down in New Mexico.
There you go.
Oh, Mike, wait till tomorrow's video. We took your Facebook page post and we revamped it and we did it and we still gave you credit for it. But that's coming out tomorrow night. So hopefully some people will start
Because we
watching.
thought we had a lot of good information on there, and people weren't watching it, and we didn't know how else to share it other than to redo it and then just give you all the credit.
We added our spin to it, but and there's some things that you talked about we still didn't put on there. But so
Yeah.
you have to watch it tomorrow. It'll be out tomorrow night. Same
Everybody
time.
needs to go to our.
No, wait, no, scroll down and waste the time to look at mine. So Steven's getting to stage 2, not like Rider X, but good enough. Are you getting done by the dealer, Steven? Yep, I can hear you, so Mike can hear us good. And there's Kawamoto's on.
There you go. Full support family. Yep. You're all part of our
Well, we got a whole
family.
bunch of people on already.
There you go. See? And well, we'll let you know as soon as we got 36 people on now. So he
That's
told me to
about-
write down every place that
Are
we
you going to
went.
Laconia next year for the 100th? No. Too crowded. Are we packing right now for Laconia? Oh, we are packing.
Oh, there you go, Danielle. Good. Yep. We've been packed since February.
And we talk about that on the video coming up Monday. It's a Sturgis video, but you can use it for our Laconia.
Laconia too.
Oh, there's your buddy. Crap on a cracker.
There you go. Did you get the guy before him? What did he just say? Ken Hudson.
There. Hey, from
Yes,
New
the
Hampshire,
Hampshire,
6
6
days.
days up. There you go, Ken. We'll be looking forward to seeing you. And we'll be up there and maybe get some riding in with you guys.
Redfin's on the night.
There he is.
Yep.
Kawamoto says his parts came in and the storm came up to help him ship them and it blew him right in, huh? I know. The weather's been bad down there in Florida. I hope you're holding up okay.
No, good thing we're not there anymore.
I know, but yep. Stay safe down there. Big
Delaware.
Ben's in Delaware. Yep. We never did make it to Delaware. That was one we didn't make. Mike said, woohoo. There's Charlie from New Hampshire, so we'll have to get to see you too while
We're
we're
going
up
to talk
there.
about that in a little bit about bikes that we see here already.
Slim Jim's on. Hey there. A month ago I told you it was raining in Northwest Washington. Well, it's still raining.
We know that. We are being told that it rains till August, and then it stops for a little while, and then it starts. Because if we make it to, I don't know if we'll make it or not, but we're thinking about swinging through there on the way back from Sturgis. I always want to do the coast, and I've never been able to do Oregon or Washington State. Oops, yes, that's Steve. Dealer's going to do it.
Okay, the dealer. He's getting a stage 2 put in, as he said
31
earlier.
viewers, only 5 thumbs up. Let's go, Kawamoto.
Give us a thumbs up, please.
Hi,
Dawn's
my
here.
friend Dawn's in the house.
There you go. There's Mighty Quinn.
I seen Dawn the other day giving Mexi Philly a hard time. He doesn't respond to you, I don't think, does he? Mighty Quinn is
It says,
on.
good evening, folks. There's Rick Rains. We had a great weekend.
No rain right now.
It's been pretty nice.
We're going to talk about that in a minute. Charlie saying hi to Ken. Ken's in the cold, the
Arizona.
beer, and what you all know it.
Battery went to red. Carry on. I guess his phone. He was watching it
Yeah.
in his phone.
Yeah.
I know,
What
I
part of
hate that.
Arizona are you in? Are you in the Phoenix area?
I think so. I think either that or Tucson. I remember. I think
He's in
we've got some
Delaware.
other.
You're always welcome here.
There's Emery. How you doing? Oh, he's in Delaware. We thought we was going to get to go to Delaware, but it was further away than we thought. He'll be doing a live Tuesday night from his motel.
What motel are you staying in?
Are you down there in Laconia? Tuesday. We're getting there Tuesday actually. We'll be up in Warren, I think.
Randy M's on up at Team Nation.
There you go, Randy.
Andy's here.
Yep. Sandy Morris.
And I need rain real bad.
You can send some of that rain from Florida and
Well, they
north.
said they need it here, so we're supposed to get rain. Bad news is supposed to rain Wednesday and Thursday, or is it Wednesday? Yeah, Wednesday and Thursday and Friday probably. And looks like this might be first part of the rally part might end up being a little wet up there.
Soggy.
He knows it all. Do the digital gauge have a dimmer switch for the brightness? You adjust it. It's set for. We'll talk about the gauges in a little bit. But you can. I haven't played with them enough yet. But you can. You set it for daytime driving and nighttime driving. So it's kind of like your vehicle, your car, truck. My truck does that. You can pick what colors you want it to be for daytime and what color you want for at night. So it does that automatically once you set it up. It's pretty neat. We've got 2 more videos that we're going to show about that.
Fireside Inn. Okay, I have to write that down. Is that in Laconia or is that around there somewhere? Fireside Inn.
And Big Johnson's on. Tennessee's in the house. Mark's in the house.
Hey, Mark.
Mike's talking to Dawn.
There's Mando.
Dawn, Mike.
All right, so
Okay. All right, so we've got a handful of people on. Okay, so we'll tell you what
41.
states we've been in and where we are tonight.
So I think you knew we went from South Carolina to North Carolina, then North Carolina to Virginia. Virginia, we were in Maryland, the Washington, D.C. area. We did that ride. Then from the Virginia area, we went through Maryland, Washington, D.C., up into Pennsylvania. We were in Scott Run up in the Pocono Mountains. And then while we were in Pennsylvania, we took a ride over to New Jersey. Thought we were going to run and hit Delaware, but that's not as close as we thought. So then from Pennsylvania, we drove up and went through New York, Connecticut, and now we're in Massachusetts.
Can't say that.
It's as close as I can get.
So we're right across the border. What's this hillbilly town called?
Sturbridge. S-T-U-R-B-R-I-D-G.
The only thing I can tell you is anybody that live up in this area, there is nothing out here. Nothing.
What did we see all day today?
Well, we're going to talk about that. But
Well,
I mean,
we
there
went
there
to-
is nothing. Don't tell them what we've seen yet. There's nothing up here to do. We were in, where we at right before this?
Scotland.
Oh, we were in the Poconos, Pocono Mountain. Nothing there to do. Nothing. If you want to hike, you could go riding. You know, if you had a motorcycle and stuff, you could go riding. People say they do 4-wheeling and stuff up there, ATVs and stuff. Okay, that's fine. But, you know, we're looking for things to do because we only got a couple days. I'm not looking to go right now with the bike. I'm not doing a whole lot. We're going to talk about that a little bit. I got something new I got ordered, and we're going to talk about that. So, and then here, when we got to the campground here, we're like, okay, what do you got to do here? Well, they got some kind of village over here. It costs you $28 to get in, and it's like Silver Dollar City with no rides. I ain't paid $28 to walk around and see a bunch of people dressed in whatever costumes or whatever. I'll pass. I think it's Gay Pride Day there anyway today. She wouldn't have gone. So-
the gauges, and what else were you going to talk about? You said something else. So we talked about the states we all went
Oh,
through.
my new tool I've got ordered.
Oh, yeah.
Karen's on.
Hey, Karen.
There he is. He's in Santan Valley. I have no idea where that's at.
I'd like to hear the general take on the BC.
Bullhead City run.
I'd really like to hear the general take on.
General take on the Bullhead City run.
I know, but I mean, we weren't there.
Yeah, but we
Mike,
know enough about it.
Mike, give him the lowdown
Well,
on.
he can go on, or if you go on the
Facebook.
Facebook group.
Mike did an excellent job.
Yep.
We haven't
Art put
gotten
one up.
anything from Art.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to get anything from Art, but that's okay. First adventure of trying to do something like that, and there was a lot going on, so his camera didn't work like he wanted it to, and so I don't know. We'll see what happens. Bullhead City. This is basically a new event. You guys had seen the promoter. Larry has been on a few times on our channel live. It's going to take a while to build it back up, but what's nice about this is it's back to almost like an old school rally. You know, you go out and do a bunch of riding. There's some camping there. You can camp. And I think they only had, would you say, the Anderson Centers where they only had the camping at?
Yes, they didn't have it at the park like
Yeah,
they were
they
going
didn't have
to.
enough people.
I guess that, yeah.
Enough people
They didn't want to
stay.
have 3 people here and 5
Yeah.
people there.
So you all had a place to camp, a lot of riding to do. They had some bands to play. You had some beer, just a few vendors, you know. But I mean, I don't know how many of you and other people out here that cry about old school rally. You know, why isn't it like it used to be? Wah, 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 wah. Well, there you go. Go to the Bullhead City ride. Bullhead City. It's not Bullhead City. It's Bullhead River Run. There we go. I got it right. Bullhead River Run. And it's more like an old school rally is what it is. And there's a lot of people that complain, but I mean, that's I talk about this all the time, that too many people today are more interested in the bands and, you know, who's the headliner going to be and who's this going to be and who's that's going to be. And it really takes away from what rallies were really supposed to be about. And yeah, there's a lot of corporate there now, and that's part of it, but you can still do, which we did a video a while back, I think we talked about that before, that you could go back and, you know, there's guys that we talked to that stay out by Hill City out of the campground. There's only 7 camp spots there, and half of them are taken up by them, and they never come in town. They never do anything other than ride and have a good time with themselves. Not themselves, but at the campground. They sit around the fire, drink, smoke, whatever they're doing, have a good time. And so, yeah. So, we'll talk about, hey, would you tell them what town we're in?
Yes, Sturbridge, Massachusetts.
Anybody know where that's at? So here's where we're at. So today we
Here's
went.
our everyday getaway. How you guys doing?
So they've been writing a bunch of
Chris and
comments. They've been
Christina.
watching lately.
Yep.
And so
Or
we
not
went.
Christina.
We went over to Rhode Island today. Went all the way to Providence. Drove around, turned around, came back. Went to the bathroom, had a nice tea, and came back.
To Rhode Island?
Yeah. Well, we went this back way, and we drove the truck. I'm not driving the motorcycle a whole lot now because the noise
So
it actually seems like it's getting louder. And so we'll talk about that in a little bit. And so I don't know. I did fine through the parade and everything. You know, the bike got hot and stuff. You know, with the lug jugs on it was fine. It didn't start shaking like they do when they get really hot. But so we went down there today. Compared to where were we at the other day? Oh, the Poconos. We were in the Poconos, and I'll bet we seen 3 motorcycles, besides the ones that were at the dealership. 3 motorcycles the whole time we were there. And it's like, doesn't anybody ride a bike here? It's really sad. But we got here now. If we haven't seen 1,000 motorcycles today, we've probably seen 2,000 motorcycles. Every time you seen a cargo bike, here come a motorcycle behind you. Here come 5 or 6 together. All different bikes. Could be dirt bikes, could be crotch rockets. Yep, seen a sidecar. She thinks she got a picture of them.
I did. I posted it on Patreon. So if you're following us on Patreon,
got to see
there's some pictures on there.
And so there was lots and lots and lots and lots of bikes. Now, that's what she said. You know, you got to remember up here, there's only so much time you can ride a bike. So
probably only a couple months.
It rained like
and then it rains.
It poured down rain.
Was it here? That was in the Poconos.
Well, they got that rain too. It came up this way. So
earlier in the week there was a lot of rain.
So here's our Saturday. It was supposed to be. We were in the middle 70s, 78 maybe high.
Weather.
No humidity. Well, it's 35%.
But yeah, can't tell it.
Cool weather,
Very
nice for riding. Some people were really bundled up with the leathers and everything, and other people riding around with shorts on and t-shirts. So, but I mean, I could not believe how many bikes were out today. And this is a good area. I can see why people would like to, to be out this area and ride and stuff. Now, the bad news was driving up here from, was it the Poconos or North Carolina that we've seen all those deers on the road?
Oh, we've seen them up here.
We probably have seen at least 50 to 100 deers on the side of the road dead.
And other critters. There's all kinds of
mostly
stuff.
Deers. I've seen a moose too. An elk or a moose, I don't know what it was. It was a lot bigger than a deer, and I could tell it was something, but I couldn't get a good enough look at it to tell if it was an elk or a moose. I don't know what you have up here. I couldn't see it really. I could just barely see it.
Richard.
Never mind. So, yes, there's a lot more people up here riding, and we probably got a lot more. subscribers up here than I probably thought we did. So we'll see how it all goes.
I'm from Missouri. I put an R in the stuff. Just talked to that guy. Went to Ohio Bike Week. He said there was a big crowd. That's cool. We didn't. We've been watching some of the videos.
Well, I watched Maxi.
there's a
I watched Maxi Philly a couple of videos of his, not all the way through, just clicked on a few of them. To me, it didn't look like there was much of a crowd at all there. I'm assuming where they were all set up at there, that's the main area. Now we're considering going there next year, but what we hear about that rally is it's great on the weekends and it sucks during the week because everybody goes back to work. And that's Memorial Day weekend. So, and he didn't do too bad. He had, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 people watching his videos, so it's not too bad for him. So maybe we could have done better up there. I don't know. I just don't know.
We're good.
It is something we're thinking about next year is Ohio Bike Week, but we do not know yet.
I know. Gas prices are nuts. We've had a few questions about that. Moto wanted to know if we know what we've spent in fuel so far.
Just to get here, we spent, let's see, when I first filled it up, it was $190. Then we gassed it up again, and it was about $100.
It was 98.
Yeah. So just to get here,
From the Poconos to Massachusetts.
it's $250.
We're right on the border of Massachusetts.
Actually, we're getting a little better gas
Connecticut.
mileage. I'm getting a little over 10 miles to gallon right now. So we're
Oh, in the
actually,
trailer.
yeah, so we're actually not doing too bad. But I mean, it's weird up here. Most speed limits are about 65. So you're not doing a whole lot. And also, when we're going through most of this stuff, we went to Washington, D.C., went to a couple other big cities to where you're really idling through them.
Rider Rex want to know if we have any more content for the website.
Yes.
Well, we got the new logo.
Yes, I've got a new logo that will
Yeah,
take
put on the
place
black.
underneath our big logo, underneath there that you can't hardly see. My daughter made a white one to put on there, so I'm going to send you that. We want to have you put the new address on there, our Sturgis address on there. I want to put a link. I forget, one of the ones at the bottom I want to change to something else, and I forget what it is. I wrote it down.
So whoever asked about the Bullhead River Run, this is what Mike had to say about it. It was a good rally for a new rally. Larry, who's the promoter, has a good crew and it's got a really good shot of being something big. So like you said, just some of these rallies are just getting started, even though there was the Laughlin River Run for years and years and years. It's gone downhill.
Anybody that's gone to the Laughlin River Run, and we've gone to the Laughlin River Run for about 17, 18 years, pretty well straight, except for these last couple of years they didn't have it. So we seen a big decrease in it. The police presence was, last time we were there 3 years ago, the cops were pulling people over as they pulled out of the casinos, DUIs, and then took their bikes. So we seen just a few minutes we were sitting there, we seen them get 4 guys and haul them all 4 away in their bikes. So now that's what we have now. It's now we're on the other side of the river. The Arizona police are a lot better. You're not getting Las Vegas cops out. You're not in a gambling town either, which is a lot more strict. But
He said it sounds like you're thrilled to be in Massachusetts. It's like he's just bored. It's a beautiful area. Oh my gosh. And the weather's perfect, so
it's very nice.
We have nothing to complain about.
But I like to see stuff. I like to go look at stuff. Like when we were in the Poconos, I wanted to go look at these waterfalls. It was a 2-day trip, day in and day out. Well, there's no way she's going to do it. I'm probably not going to be that good a shape to make that kind of, because it was an extreme hike is what it's called. And I talk to people and they're like, oh, no, you don't want to do that.
We were going to go to Bushkill Falls. They said that was, you could still get to it, but it was all rainy and it was,
yeah, we got down
that's
there.
all I needed was slip and fall again.
Yeah.
Charlie says he knows where
We got there close.
Sturbridge is. He says it has a lot of history up here.
Probably does. Well, there's a lot of history that we've gone through all these areas. Like there's a lot of battlefields and stuff like that. We just didn't have time. Plus pulling the trailer makes it tough. And so the campground we went in, we had issues with that the first night we got in there. So it just hasn't been the greatest time. So now we got a lot of people around us.
So hopefully it's not too awful loud. And you can still hear us. So where do we have
They're
a
moving.
microphone? It's just the microphone on the.
Yeah, we tried to use the lapel mics and the computer wouldn't accept them. And had a lot of issues. I've been fighting with it for about 45 minutes before we started here. Where
He didn't even get to eat. I mean,
and so,
here's Robert.
Yeah, so
hey, Robin Kate.
So we'll talk a little bit about. So in Laconia, actually Tuesday morning, we will be in. We're actually staying at one of our subscribers. place. He's got a cabin or a house or something up there. We're gonna talk to him more tonight, and he's supposed to come on tonight and tell us
We're gonna go to
what.
Boston.
So we're gonna be
He
about
doesn't like big
about
cities.
an hour away from Laconia. So it'll be a nice ride to ride in. We're not, well, of course, we're going to be there the first day because we're going to have the bike all worked on. So right now, Saturday, we will be, if everybody's looking to know where we're at, we're going to be at Speeds, wherever they're at. I'm not quite sure where they're at.
We haven't
We
figured
thought they
that
were
out
at the
yet.
Speedway, but they're not. So I don't know if they're in town. I don't really know where they're at.
Yeah, he
So,
just needs to give us an address so we
Yeah.
know.
We'll call. Well, you get call Mike and you all caught up.
Oh no, they said oops, I'm past that.
So that's
That's what
Saturday,
he-
first Saturday from 9
For
o'clock.
water, we drink water.
From 9 o'clock till 1 o'clock, probably. We're going to be somewhere around wherever Speeds is at. We're going to be filming some of the stuff that they're doing on the bike. Be another video coming up soon about. We got a couple neat things coming up. I got a couple install stuff coming up here. Hopefully tomorrow I'm going to work on another one. And so tomorrow we got a video on Sturgis coming out. It'll be pretty neat. Things to think about if you're thinking about coming to Sturgis. And Mike, that's on here, he actually went on Facebook and put a bunch of good ideas out there, and we kind of redid what he did,
Pretty
and
much said the same thing, revamped it, kind of put our spin on it, but a lot of the content that we got was from Mike. So thank you, Mike. I get a drink of my water.
so yeah. So actually, I have some more footage from the parade too that I haven't put up yet.
So Scott, we're going to be staying in Jansville, Wisconsin. Are you anywhere near that? I think it's what it's called, Jansville, Wisconsin. He said if we're anywhere in Wisconsin, we could stay with him. But I just picked a spot.
Most of this, we're running along the 90 is where we're coming through. But
And Grandpa on a Cracker said he signed up for the newsletter, but he hasn't gotten any notifications yet.
Rider X has to tell us how that newsletter goes. I don't know if I've got a list. I'm getting emails from there. If you guys write something or write a question or something like that, that's coming through to me.
I
I'm
don't
seeing
know.
that. But I don't know how the newsletter, we're going to work on the newsletter.
He looks forward to getting our updates. I guess I need to write a newsletter and put in there. I guess I was going to write where we've been, where we're going, and what we're doing now. I guess where we've been, what we're doing now, and where we're going.
But when
Three
it doesn't
little-
go on the website, it gets sent to these people.
Oh.
Everybody that signs up for the newsletter, that's the only people that get to see it is people that sign up for it. If they don't sign up, they don't get to see it.
All right.
That's how that
The
works.
newsletter's not activated yet, but thanks for
No.
signing up,
So
though.
we're still working on the website. So hopefully here, I wrote a few things down for Rider X to get the website more going. I got to get in some links for we're going to change the store, but right now we're going to put the store that we have that YouTube has on there. I'm probably going to go back to maybe my original store
Any big city.
and use that as our store. So you'll be able to go to our website and get that. You can go to our website and get our Facebook. Right now you can. You can go to our website, click up on the right, and you can get your YouTube. It'll bring you right to our YouTube
Sounds good.
channel. It'll bring you right to our Facebook page. It won't bring you to all of them. It brings you to the main one.
I'm way
And,
behind. Well, any big city, I think it's horrible at riding bikes. So Pawamoto asked about the fuel. Karen wanted to know if we like Washington, D.C. I did. I've never been there before. I thought it was really cool.
Bad thing is, there's no place to freaking eat. We drove in there,
Eat or park.
and so we thought, we passed some restaurants on the way, and we thought just some fast food. So we're coming from Virginia, I guess, coming across the 103, 301, whatever that is. The highway with
301,
301, came across 301, and we passed a few places that we could have stopped and ate, and we thought, let's get a little closer because it wasn't quite noon yet. And so when we get there, we're like, okay, we'll stop and get something on the way in, And so once we kind of get into Washington, D.C., there is nothing. There is nothing. Oh, you could probably, I didn't even see a restaurant to stop and eat at. So we drove around, went around the tower, Washington Monument.
Washington.
And we
Hey,
finally
John.
found a place
Hey,
that had
John.
hot dogs in front of Lincoln's Memorial.
It was called
And that's what we ate.
Lincoln's
Some
Fooside
$7
Stand or something.
some $7 hot dogs.
It's $21.
I think
two
they
hot
came.
dogs.
I think Lincoln cooked them when he was alive.
2 hot dogs, an order of fries we split, and 1 bottle of soda.
$25.
Greetings from North Carolina. Oh, there's Patrick and Michaela. We didn't get any barbecue down there. Sorry. Um, there wasn't any around near us, was there? You went out one day, and I stayed there and did laundry
Where?
in North Carolina at Lake Gaston. Remember, you went out. You were going to wash the truck.
Oh, yeah.
Wash the truck. We're going to wash it. He went, and there was nothing there, and he went to the next city, and you
They had
remember
a
that?
chick now because they had the Chick-fil-A. They had
Oh.
a truck that ran around and selling
Oh, yeah.
Chick-fil-A.
Out of a truck,
And
a
then-
food truck.
Then the
Chick-fil-A
Hardee's
food
might
truck.
have had roast beef, but it looked like they had a sign but it didn't stop.
Got everything ready today. Truck, trailer, motorcycle, leaving for Laconia. We'll be up there on Tuesday. What cam, what header, what tuner? Are you upgrading your rocker boxes? Stephen just said what he was going to do. He said he's going
Well, he's
to
doing what the dealership
cam
would
for
say.
highway, not stoplight to stoplight. Header pipe, tuner, big
You
screamin',
wanna?
Eagle Air box, plus the rocker
You
kit.
don't want. So that's what.
Cam for highway.
You don't want one for highway. Highway usually is you got to. It's not going to kick in until after 3,500 RPMs. And how often are you running 3,500 RPMs? So what you want is you want something that's going to give you, like if you need to pull out on the highway, you're pulling out on the highway, you're at 1,500 RPMs, you drop it down and you need some more power. If you don't hit 3,500 RPM, it ain't going anywhere. It's still just gonna. So you want a city one.
Are you going to Sturgis, and are you staying at Kathmandu again? That was Jerry.
So that's my thing on cams.
Okay, great. Thanks, John. You didn't have your name on there. It just says Facebook user. So I got to look at your name up on the other phone so I can see where we're going to be Saturday.
But this Saturday?
Yeah.
Speeds.
Well, he's going to be, okay, so Laconia, is it Saturday we're going there? Yeah.
Yeah, it's first day, opening day is Saturday. And that's when Speed's going to be
So
working
I
on our
think it's
bike.
the 9th. Is it the 9th? Did I write that down? Oh, that's not my phone. That's not my phone. This is my phone. So Saturday's the 11th. Today's
What
the
days they
5th.
say opening day for the rally?
Yeah, the 11th. I don't know. I guess I got to look at his email. I didn't put it in here, I guess.
It is the first day because I said I wanted to do it the very first day, and he said that'd be Saturday. And we're like, all right.
But I
So
thought he
9
said the
o'clock
9th.
is Saturday. He said 9 o'clock. All right. Well, I just lost a whole bunch of people. Let me go back up here. Where's the Saturday one at?
That was it. Right there, where the blue one is. Yeah, Saturday the
I can
11th
remove
at
the
9
newsletter
o'clock.
function if you guys. No, we could do it. No, I'm okay with the newsletter. We want to leave that on there.
Just got to do it. It just doesn't do it itself, huh? There's your phone. All right, so yeah, it is.
So yes, we want the newsletter to stay on there.
So let me add that on there to make sure I don't forget that we
So
need
they
to
want
get
you to
Speed.
pronounce. Looks like Canagus.
Camagus. Camagus Highway. Camagus. Is that right? I know a lot of people told us we need to go on that.
There are tons of restaurants in DC, just not exactly where you were. That's right. I imagine there is. Which, when I was there with the union, they took us to a fancy steak place and we ate. We went down to that bar where used to be the senators hung out there by the White House. So yes, I know there's places there, but to be on a motorcycle and try to find something. Oh, there's Robert's on there. Roberto.
I can roll my R's, but I can't say
It
W's.
had better been one hell of a hot dog. No, they
Oh,
weren't.
at Lincoln, yeah, at the Lincoln Memorial.
Not after old Abe cooked them.
I don't
I
know.
still have my fifth wheeler torque.
Valhalla for sale. Didn't sell it yet,
What
huh?
year is it?
I think
Now it's going to be hard to start selling trailers. I think it's going to get.
because people aren't going to be wanting to. Gas is just nuts.
You know?
So I guess what was it? Big Johnson said it was triple digits in Texas. That's nuts. Mount Washington, is that in Laconia? A couple people were talking about Mount Washington. Is that a ride that goes? Is that the highest speed wind record up there? Is that what that one is? Oh, I guess not. Did you get Rider X? You didn't get your bike back yet. They're working on it this week, aren't they? Coming up.
It'll just be Friday. Today they should be putting it together.
No, today's Sunday.
Oh, sorry.
I think they're going to start working on it Wednesday, the 7th, I think is what he said, or maybe Tuesday. And it was supposed to be done by Friday the 10th. That's right. All right, next one. Go. There's Rod. Correct that motorcycle riding and bus in a Russian roulette with 2 bullets. A couple years ago, the killed a a motorcycle police officer on the highway ramp. I think any major city is just nuts to ride in.
I think some more tea and a little more sugar.
Sounds good. Would you like another one?
No, I'm good. I'm fine. Thank you.
Very nice.
Yes, she is.
She's too nice. Let's see. I put my headband photos on Pating. I seen that.
Yep, that's cool. You look very nice, Dawn. They look great on you. And then Lori got some too. They sent a picture, didn't they? Can't remember if it was on Facebook or they sent it in an email. But Lori
Sherry's
got
gonna
hers.
be there at Kathmandu on August 1st.
Okay. I don't know what they were
DC
getting at.
sucks.
Born and raised.
Yeah.
I know. It's
It's a nice place to visit, but I wouldn't want to live there.
just like California.
Too much politics for me.
There was a lot of politics there. Digital gauges are a nice upgrade. Yep. Oh, so did you want to talk about them?
Yeah, we'll do that in a minute. Oh no, we just booked full rally for Myrtle Beach. Can't believe the spring rally broke an attendance record.
What they say?
In Myrtle Beach? I explained this one time, and I'll do it again because I like to explain this. People always argue with me about this. The reason they always give you these great numbers from rallies is because they want to charge the vendors more money. And if they told you, hey, there was only 10,000 people showed up in Myrtle Beach this month for the rally, you go, well, crap, I ain't going back to that one no more. That's why they do it. So actually, I would think
Calculate.
last year's spring was bigger than this year. That would be my thought. But see, what makes it look so busy is because of
Cars.
way too many cars. And
Thank you.
one of the things that I look at when we do this stuff is traffic. And that's why a lot of people always argue. We put a video out the other day about it. Is Sturgis too crowded to go to? No, it's not. Why? Because the motorcycles override the cars. Myrtle Beach, there's a million cars to a bike, and it's awful out there. It's when you're traveling up there.
Probably 100 cars to one bike.
Maybe I bet you it's more than that. But I mean, you got all the tourists and all that stuff in there, so there's no humanly way they can count the bikes. My guess would be maybe 20,000 people were there. Maybe.
How many?
20,000. Probably not even that many.
Hang among us. Hang among us? Like a fungus among us? Hang among us. So I guess we didn't say it right.
We'll write a whole bunch of streets down from California and we'll give them you guys to pronounce.
Or
and we'll
even
put you all
St.
on.
Louis.
Yeah.
There's very French. I'm about 100 miles north. If you ever heard Okonos, yeah, that's where we experiment aircraft show. We're 30 miles west of a little town called Red Granite. All right. So I guess you're 100 miles north of Jansville. But we're just going to do a one-nighter there, I think, and then move on. But I thought if you were close,
we don't even unhook.
We could, you can come by and say hi. But 100 miles is a long way to go just to say hey. We will learn them properly. I know, I can't. Cause? Is it cause and yaws? I really haven't heard a lot of that up here. I thought it would be really heavy.
Because at the campground we're at, most of the people are local people that come.
And they're from Connecticut. They sounded just fine to me. But when we moved, 2017, what did I ask Karen? I don't know. But when we moved from Illinois to California, everybody's like, where are you from? They kept saying I was from
New York.
Minnesota.
Because I say we talk too fast.
We talk fast and something about our A's. I don't know. I was like, I don't know.
Both of our parents grew up on farms.
Yeah, so.
Okay. You can't tell us all that stuff now because I will never remember it. I won't be able to remember where to go.
Well, Rod, that's on here, he sent us in an email a whole bunch of rides.
And we'll go over that. When we get to Laconia, we'll go through those rides.
And if you guys are up there, email us. Where's our little banners? And our email address is. So email us. There it is over there. Email us your information. We'll send your phone number, and then we can maybe meet up and go on some rides, and you guys can show us some rides because We don't know that area at all. We don't know any of this area. And right now the weather's beautiful. I hope it stays that way.
Supposed to rain some starting Wednesday.
We'll see. I mean, I'd rather it rain like now than rain during the rally. So where was I at? Did I lose where I was?
Godzilla 2617.
No,
That's
that's
her trailer. You didn't say
Oh,
the year.
2017. That's what.
That's 18, 19.
Did you put it on our website? Didn't you tell her to put it on our
I told her
website?
she could.
Oh.
I didn't put it up there.
You can put it on our website.
2017, fifth wheel.
You think it's worth to rent a golf cart at the chip for 2 weeks?
Are you going to stay? Well, here's the deal. If you're going to be at the chip most of the time, yes. The chip is very, very big. If you're going to be driving around, if you're going to, because I at night, I wouldn't want to be on my motorcycle driving around inside there. Golf cart is a little safer for you. Walking's not safe at all. You get picked
Because
up.
there's no lights out there. I mean, once you leave,
Well, like all
where-
these campgrounds, just like the campground we're at now. When I have a tough time just driving the pickup truck in and out of these campgrounds at night. So I can, when we were down there, we that's the reason we bought the golf cart in the first place. But I know the golf carts aren't cheap. I think it's like $600 to rent a golf cart there. I think.
So instead of renting one for $600, we bought one for
That's what you agreed to.
10 times the price. North. Okay, so it's north of Laconia. Is that the one that has the wind speed record at the top of it? You leave and it's 89 on the bottom and it's like 20 at the top. I don't know. 468. Thanks. Steven said he'd go with the city if that's what you think.
That's what I'm putting on
Ask
mine.
him about it. Ask him about it. Tell him you do more
Well,
city driving than.
Make sure it's somebody there that knows the difference. Though. See, that's when you're having it done.
When are you having it done?
Yeah.
And who's doing it?
Well, he said dealership doing it.
Oh, did he? Okay.
If he had dealership do it, he keeps his warranty.
Rod. So do you guys know each other, Charlie and Rod? Thank you. I watched it this morning. That's why it looks decent. You're my camper. Okay, I figured it out. There's Nomad, a team from Atlanta. Did you ever see the video where I impersonated?
Yes.
At the end when he did the loosey goosey. Oh, it was funny. Put it on rvtrader.com. I sold mine in 2 days. Wow.
Just don't take any money over the line. If you sell anything online or anything like that, you always want to have the people bring you cash money, and they can do it. If not, if they want to give you a wire transfer or something like that, you want to know who the bank is and things like that. You don't want it wired from, so many people are getting scammed now.
I don't know if I have the wrong cup. I don't know. See, I'm get behind and then that's what. Thanks, Charlie. Where are you going? When are you going to start streaming?
Well, probably Wednesday.
Oh, there you go, Steven. Neil, or not Neil, Nomad. Ken. It says he's got the 486 in his Road King and he loves it. Because isn't that what Steven's got, the Road King, right?
Yeah.
There you go, Steven.
So what we're doing about the noise in my bike. So I've ordered a new tool for listening to noises, and we'll show you that. So let's get it on Wednesday. Hopefully at is he on?
Who?
The guy we're staying at his house.
Yeah.
Can you get UPS at your house? Amazon? I got packages coming.
Surprise! Well, they're
they'll be on the
supposed
porch.
to be coming
Wednesday.
when we get there.
Yeah,
It's not
Wednesday.
going to be before we get
So I
there.
just wanted to make sure they can find they know where it's at. It's not.
Is it findable?
Yeah. They don't have to throw it over a fence or something. The moose eats it.
No.
Eats my package. We ordered dog cookies in the box too.
All right. Yep. That's what Rod said. Mount Washington is the one that 6,400 change for height. It can be wild weather, sunny summer, a day, and warm clothes at the top. All right. Yeah, we want to go on that. So we'll see.
So I got this new tool coming, and it's able to, and I'll show it to you guys, and I'll show you how it works after I get it. I had the same similar tool. Either I bought it from Mac or I bought it from Snap-on when I worked on cars, and when I sold all my tools that went with it. I didn't use it that often, but if you had that weird knock in the motor or something like it, was great, especially for driving it. And when I went on Amazon, I was like, holy crap, it's right here. And so I ordered it, and actually I think I paid a lot more for it back in the 80s than what I paid for this one here. So it's supposed to be there on Wednesday, and if I get enough time Wednesday, I'll start looking at it because it'll be able to tell me if it's the exhaust that's leaking or if it's the motor, if it's transmission, wherever it's at, I'll be able to pinpoint exactly where that noise is. Wait till you see this tool.
So, Charlie from New Hampshire, is this your? I'm assuming you have a YouTube or a podcast. Is that the name of your YouTube channel, Charlie from New Hampshire?
It could be like the guy from Myrtle Beach. There's like 4 guys down there that posted stuff all during the rally that had local channels.
Their name was Myrtle Beach.
Yeah, well, it had something to do with Myrtle.
Vern says he'll be looking for it. I guess that's the name of it. There's Paul Travis. How you doing? Mount Washington Auto Road is all paved all the way to the top. FYI, that's good. I sure wouldn't want to go up there if it was a gravel road. Especially if you're going up, probably wouldn't be bad. Coming down might be a problem. Yes, it is. Okay, I'll have to look. I don't know. Did we know that? Did you know that he had a channel? Charlie from New Hampshire. Okay, I see him all the time. All right, we'll have to look you up, Charlie. The gauges, your new tool.
Oh, my gauges. So I do like the gauges. The way this ended up working out is we didn't pay for the gauges. We got the gauges. So what we're doing now is we're looking for things that I have looked into and wanted. And we're looking to see if we go to the manufacturers, what they'll do for me to do that. So this is actually I've been looking at these gauges for probably 15 years. I wanted these gauges. I really liked the digital gauges. I liked what they did. I liked the different colors. I just really liked them. They were just a little bit more than I could. There was always something else that came up than for me to buy them. Well, she had tried to work a deal last year with them when we first started, and they gave us a little bit off, and it was just still more than she could just hide from me. So it didn't happen. So this year when we went to the Fairing Exchange, we were talking about it, and she said, hey, who's the guy at Dakota Gauges that we can talk to see what they would do for us? And he said, well, let me call him real quick. And the guy said, oh, he's got a phone. He told me to just take one out of my stock and give them to you, and you guys can do a video on them and let everybody know what you think about them. And we're like, okay, that's great. I said, I'll put them on. He said, no, you can bring them in here and I'll put them on for you. And I won't charge you anything. And you can tell everybody that they can come here and get them. So we're like, okay, that's great. So that's how it all did. So that's how the video came up. A couple people thought we were actually there getting an interfering. My bike's already got an interfering that's colored. Not the color I want, but CVOs is hard to have them changed. Just hardly don't give out that paint. So we got the digital gauges. One of the biggest things for me is I don't like to wear, I've got some sunglasses and stuff that I can wear that have readers in the bottom. I can't ride a bike like that because I can't, it's just really, if you got readers, you'll know. Well, I mean, some people probably get used to them, bifocals, things like that, and they get used to that kind of ride. I can't do it. So I really couldn't see a lot of times, even how fast we were going on the speedometer. I could guess, about where it's at. But a lot of the times I couldn't see everything that's on there when I'm looking down. So now with this new setup, with the Dakota gauges, I had no idea that was going to be one of the big things that was going to help. Is the numbers are so much bigger. It's like, wow, I know exactly how fast I'm going. I can see the gasket. I can see all the stuff, and it's just really, really nice. I haven't played with it a whole lot yet, but I do like the digital part versus when she had her Fat Boy Low, I actually bought the ones from Harley and put on her bike.
Cool. I liked it.
And so she had that on her bike. So she'd already kind of had digital before I got them. And so that's what I want. But one of the neat things about Dakota gauges that I didn't know is they're all 100% American made. They're made actually in Indiana. And
in South Dakota.
And I thought it was on the Indiana.
Sioux Falls.
I thought it was on. Okay. It's the other place we're stopping. Oh, there's another place we're stopping at before in Indiana. But we're going to go through their factory. Can't go behind the scenes. But what's neat about them is they make gauges for almost everything. If you got an off-road vehicle, you got an old Chevy truck, you got something like that. They got all kinds of stuff, and it's made right there in their factory. They make all the stuff, so it's really, really neat. And once again, it's an American-made product. And so we'll find out when we get there if the parts that they're using are they American made too.
I should too.
So not sure if that'll be or not, but at least everything is assembled there,
I did too.
tested, and everything's there. So we called them. She called them the other day and talked to them, and they were just like, yeah, come on down. You know, we got a nice showroom. You guys can join it. We'll answer any questions you guys have and all that kind of neat stuff.
I
So
think it's $100. Is what what they said they charged to install them.
yeah, they're 11. What fair and exchange, if you get what I got installed, was $12.50 out the door, plus your tax. $12.50 out the door. So it's $11.50 for the gauges and $100 to put them in. Now we took it all the way out because we're also going to do another video to show you guys how to take an interfering off and how to take your interfering off and show you some of the tricks to do that. So he did a really good job of explaining it. The only thing I forgot to show you guys on the gauges was how you have to take the oil plug out if you want the temperature.
Oh.
It has a temperature switch in it now with a hose on it instead of an
You
oil
use
plug.
2 ounces of
Well, it's
oil
what he
when you
said.
put it in.
Because yes, well, when you open up, take it back in real quick. So I was like, yeah, I want to know the temperature of the oil. It's kind of neat to know. And but it's really neat. It's got air temperature on it, tells you what the temperature is outside when you're riding too. It's really neat. Like I say, I haven't played with them. We also have a video where the guy set it all up for me and explains how on my phone I've got a little app on there for the gauges that I can change the colors and different things like that on it. Mine's set to blue because my bike's blue. So so far I'm really
But it's
happy
neat
with them.
because if it gets dark or like if the sun, you know how the sun beats down and you can't really see, like you've got your phone in there and you're trying to, anyway, it changes colors. If it's too light or too dark, it'll you can
Readjust.
always see it. Yes, it's pretty cool.
So she's been looking over my shoulder, looking at it. So it's pretty neat.
Well, it looks funny at first because you're used to just the gauges, and now you see all these numbers, and it's like,
So that's one of the things we're going to do with products. There's a couple other things I'm looking at, and I'm looking at things that I've done research on and determined that they're really good products from what I see and what I've heard and what I've tested. So that's the point that we're going to start doing with products is show you things that I've looked into it and I think they're a good buy.
so
And I
there are
think
different types of Dakota gauges, or is there one just for specific for bikes?
they have different ones for different bikes. So, like if you've got a Sportster, they probably got one for a Sportster. They got it for the touring bikes are all pretty much the same because you got the double one. But I mean, they've got ones for the Road Kings and if you got a fairing and all. So, but I mean, they've got ones for cars. They got everything. You can actually go on their website and look at stuff. I kind of just went on there the other day and we got their phone number to call them, and ended up being Paul from the Fair and Exchange. I sent him an email first, and because I needed their logo. If you watch the video, because they say you're not allowed to use their logo without their permission. So I thought, let me call them and get a good quality one. So they send us a really good one. That's the one I put on there. I'm going to rename this video because we wanted you to watch the video. Because like when I did my brakes one, nobody watched it. So I figured she's the one that actually talked to them and got me the gauges. So that's why, what did she do now? And so that was kind of what the video was supposed to be to get you guys to look at it. And we appreciate that. It's doing pretty good. And so I'm going to rename it and then Dakota Gauges and what I think of them and things like that. And
So is there only one option, like for his street guide? Is there only one option he can get? Or do they have like, can you pick from this gauge or this gauge or this gauge to put on his?
I don't think so. I think if you get a street glide, it's going to all look the same. Now you can change the colors and you can change all that. But the gauges are all going to be, now you can get it with chrome ring, you can get a black ring put on it. So there's things like that you can dress it up. But the actual gauge, all the gauges are going to look the same format. Are you looking for a different style of text in it? Like you want the two to look different? Like a Roman numeral or something? I don't know what you're asking if there's different. Because
I think
the mount would be
like
different.
Because that's what I thought when I thought, well, I want to make sure we get the blue ones, but I didn't want to say, well, can we, if you're going to give us gauges, I want this and this and this. So I didn't want to say all that. But you program it. There's a whole bunch of things you can. They give you the
You can
app.
change it
that-
any color you want. Now, like
And
I
you
said, there may be more stuff.
Yeah.
So once we get maybe to Laconia, I've been worried more about the
Let me look,
noise.
Charlie.
I mean, once I get to Laconia, I could probably look around. They sent me I took the manual with it too that they gave that they had in the box. It mostly has how to troubleshoot it and how to install stuff and all that. And better to watch the video.
Was it on the Bob and Tam one or
What?
contact us at bobs.com? That Charlie says from New Hampshire says, I know you emailed me back with your number, but I can't find it.
No.
I was looking for it to see if I could resend it.
So right now I'm really happy with my gauges, and
You did, Ryder X. He said
somebody-
I kept our secret.
and somebody else said that somebody wrote me today, I think on Facebook, and said that's not going to make your bike run any better. Well, pretty much looking at a motorcycle, almost everything you're going to do to your bike's not going to make it run any better. You know, by putting seat on it, putting fancy lights on it. You know, when you're looking at most of these bikes, like just changing the exhaust, you know, you're going to get 10% horsepower. Okay, if your bike's got 90 horsepower coming out of it, you're going to get 10%, let's say. So you're looking at 9% horsepower on a good day, maybe 99 you'll have out of your bike. Are you going to feel that much difference? Maybe, maybe not. So I think really what all Harley Davidsons have been, and most people that own a Harley Davidson try to make their bike their own. They put on the accessories that they want. They do the things. Now, being my bike was a CBO, it came with a lot of the stuff that I've spent years putting on my other bikes. So this one, I really haven't spent the money to make it my own design, make it what I want on it. So now we're looking to do some of that. Now the motor and stuff, all the work I'm having done to the motor I'm thinking now it's not going to stop my knocking noise. I don't think that's the problem. But what we're looking at is they definitely have a lifter problem. So everybody I talked to with it was Ryder X. Who is it that
Oh, that Mike from the dealerships.
who introduced us to him? Who was
Ryder
that?
X.
Oh, okay. My mind's just going crazy. So Ryder X introduced us to a mechanic that's got over 30 years and working at the dealership. Got a lot of experience, working on a lot of bikes, things like that. And that was the first thing he told me was about the lifters. He said, have you done anything with them yet? No. He said, that's the first thing you need to get out of your bike. Change them out. I said, well, the other ones I know about is car lifters. He said, well, actually, those are old Chevy lifters is what they used to be. I didn't know, but that's fine. So, but there's other things I figured while you're in there, might as well put a cam in it, might as well put the solid gears in there, get rid of the chain, the oil pump, change the oil pump out, because Harleys do have a weak oil pump. If you would look at your oil pressure at an idle, it doesn't even register because it's usually got such a low pressure. It's usually below 1. So, but I mean, once the bike gets going, it's built up enough pressure and it's going good. So
I want to keep on to say Neil because it says Nomad. Nomad Pilot is going on a 4-day bike trip, North Carolina, Tennessee, Georgia, starting tomorrow. So he wants to know if there's any Pating Nation down in that area that would like to go on the ride with them. So if you're interested, get a hold of Nomad. He lives in Atlanta.
I said Georgia.
Yeah. Everyone does a great job letting us know what to make sure all the different rallies. Keep up the great work. Well, thank you, Sandy. We try. Y'all been everywhere. It seems like it. Mrs. Cracker just got her bike license Friday. Congratulations. That's cool. That's a big feat. I know. When I did it, I didn't think I was going to be able to do that. Does she have a bike yet?
She didn't think she could pull a clutch and shift, hit the brakes, and use the throttle at the same time. She said, that's way too much stuff for me to know how to do.
I'm dyslexic, so I didn't. I mean, I do.
Well, the other problem that she had was they told her, which maybe a lot of instructors say that you always apply your front brake first. Well, I've always been the opposite. I always hit my back brake first, then I go to the front brake. That's just the way I've always rode. Well, she's done a few when she's going into a curve, come up to a stop sign, traffic light. She's hit that front brake first, and there goes the bike. It slid in the chat. So that's one of the reasons I've slid in chat a long time ago, and that's why I always use. Some people do it front to get whatever. Everybody rides different. It's your style. Whatever you're happy with is great. I'm not saying wrong or not, but that's the only thing she got kind of bad with was when I first were riding. When she said like that, I put my front brake on. I said, when did you put your back brake on?
He said you're going to go over your.
Don't do that on the highway.
I know.
I did that on a 10-speed bicycle once.
I found your messages, Charlie, but I was just trying to get your email to come up so I could email you back, and it's not
So
coming
Tuesday is
up.
supposed to be a great day coming in Laconia. It's supposed to be about 80 degrees, so it's going to be really nice.
It was a
Super chat.
super chat.
Ding.
Congratulations, Mrs. Cracker. There you go. Yeah, that's cool. It is.
Where you guys live?
Yeah. Is she going to come up with you to the to any of the rallies? Because I think he just said they were going to try to come up to Laconia. Found it. Okay. All right. Because I found it too, and I was just going to resend it, but I can't get your email to come up. But if you found it, that's good. And he sent a message. I got to make sure I got the right phone. I got too many phones. Look at this. All right. Sounds good. What does Karen have to say? All right. Good night. Text me the website. Thank you. Gotta
The battery
go.
ready?
The website
check the
is
battery still.
contact us at
No,
bobandtam.com.
that's not that's the email. It's not the website.
Contact us.
No.
No.
The website is bobandtams.com.
bobandtams.com. There you go.
I don't know if that's on here or not. No. Get rid of this. Bullhead River Run's done. There's our new group page running along the bottom there. Anybody wants to join that?
That's on Facebook.
Yep. You can give out other people's information. Help out people that are looking for stuff. A lot of people are talking about that now too. There's a lot of people that have their campground sites up for sale, apartment or rooms for rent that they had rented, things like that they're trying to get rid of now. I don't know if it's gas that's scaring people away. I don't really know. Some of these people said that there's an illness or whoever they're sick with. I don't know what their issues are. But I mean, every year there's always people that book, because most of the time you got to book here early, and things change before the season comes. One of these guys, I think, is from overseas. I think he's been trying for about 6 months trying to get rid of it, and he really needs to drop his price. And because a lot of these now will not let you roll them over, and I think he rolled it over from COVID from last year from being overseas. And like I say, I don't think he's going to get rid of it in time. You're coming down now to, well, it'll be Monday, I guess. It's 60 days. 60 days out to Sturgis. That's the video coming out on Monday.
Yep.
60 days out.
There's Devin Mike.
Us,
Everybody's
it's
saying,
55 days.
congratulations, Mrs. Cracker. Yep.
Yep.
I bet you she's proud, and you should be proud of her. Oh, shoot. Jerry? Neil said that he would. Oh, there we go. There's another super chat. Neil cost me $30. There he is. He showed up. He said if he showed up before 8 o'clock, he'd. And it was 7:56. There you go, Neil. Sorry, no, man, not.
You're up.
I know. I got it. You always tell me that. So I said hi to Deb and Mike. That was them there. So, there's Dawn. Just got home from Ohio Bike Week.
So what'd you think about
it, David?
And have you been before? Compare it. If you've been before, compare it before, and then compare it to any other rally you've been to.
It's 82nd in the 82 in the Trapper Creek. There you go, Neil. Dawn says hi to Dawn. We picked up a 650 Suzuki Thumper last year. Next year she'll want a Harley. Too much money this year. Yeah. If you can go, some of them. Oh, we didn't go to that today. The Harley dealer that was here had a tent
Didn't look
sale.
very big.
That's where I got mine. Our Harley dealer had a tent sale.
Sometimes, which is what we're going to do when we're going to try to find we're going to fix up some bikes, hopefully first of the year for vets. And that's where we're going to, a lot of our dealers, what you do is you go in there and look for bikes that they want to wholesale out or ones that they want to take to the auction. And that's how we found her bike. And really, there was nothing wrong with it. It was a Marine traded it in. He was going overseas, and it's 1200 Harley Sportster. Had saddlebags on it, had a Mustang seat, had a fairing on it. I think the only thing we had to add was a radio.
Thanking Ken for the good afternoon, Redirex. Bob Standen. Yep.
Yeah, we won't get to see him now until next year at Daytona. Because he ain't going to Sturgis, he said.
No, maybe next year. Well, he's on the fence.
Well, it's too late now to go.
I know.
You pay a fortune to go now. You're better off. Unless you want to pick up one of these places that these people are going off our page and some of these other ones are trying to get rid of them for make them an offer.
Sorry, no, had not. Yep, Neil made it. I texted him too. Whoops, did I lose? There we go. All of a sudden, there's a bunch. Cancel my trip to service because of gas prices. And that's what I'm thinking. A lot of people have.
But see, out of all
Gotta
that,
go.
it's like
Bye, Palo,
it's like a few other people that I've seen write
There's
some
6.
stuff on Facebook, and they really make sense about it. You know, you look at your whole life, and you look at like planning a vacation or something like that, and if this is the one of the main things you do in life is you plan to go to Sturgis, why would you postpone it? Why would gas make a difference? Why would anything?
You got to budget for it. I know. It's
And well, you'd have to, you know, just like I said, we'd have to, just like us, we've got to really watch what we spend and doing all this stuff because it gets, you know. But to me, out of all the rallies that we do, I would have blown Laconia off to do Sturgis if it would have came down to one or the other. Any rally I would have done it. Sturgis is going to come first, and then the rest fall after that. And because nothing, even the people that I've talked to.
I think Neil runs the state up there, Rider X. I think that's he helps everybody do everything. Oh, Sandy's Mrs. Cracker. I didn't know that. Wow, congratulations there, Sandy. Uh-oh.
Power shortage. Wait for the camera to readjust.
Yeah. Whoa, I don't know. Yeah, Neil's in the house.
Should readjust. It's not doing it.
I don't know. I don't know why they turned it down all of a sudden.
No.
So we're just,
Moonlighting it.
yes.
Should readjust this stupid camera.
Oh, geez. Are you building a house for you? He wants to finish it before he dies. I thought you wanted to finish it before you went to Sturgis. David said he went to Sturgis last year. Last year was a nice rally. That's a good goal to have. That's why we bought one all the way already finished. And Neil says he's working on a house. He wants to have it finished before he dies. And I said, that's why we bought one that was already finished. I have a girlfriend up in Michigan, and that's what she said. I don't know why we did that. And they saw this old farmhouse, and they was going to fix it all up. Well, they're our age, and they're like, it gets harder and harder every time.
Well, there's still things. She wants the showers redone, the bathrooms redone, and
yeah, but I mean they're fine. They don't.
Yeah, they
have
were.
to be done.
But I mean, they're just 20 years old, so they're updating. And we've redone most of the house of the tile. I still got to do the kitchen and the bathrooms, and other than that, all the tile's done. We painted the house. Got all that done last year.
Oh, Charlie gave us. Oh, they already matched us the $30.
Oh, thank you, Patine. We appreciate that.
From Ken. This is nomad.
If we're going to tell you, we're going to do another video because she brought it up. Our trucker card. If you got got a diesel vehicle, we just saved at one of the gas stations $40. So 20 bucks. 20. We took the gas from $6.19 down to $5.40, and that was just about 100 miles from here. So there's a big savings on this trucker's card that we have. And if you tell them our name, or my name, then we get a little kickback from them for everybody that signs up. And but it's great to have.
For every 25. If you get 25 people to join it or something, you get something.
I don't know.
$10 in gas, or I don't know. It's not a lot, but it's every little bit helps.
But it's also a big way to save you if you're somebody that travels, and what you're doing is you're going through a trucking company and helping them get discounts on gas. And so right now we've been saving some major bucks on this, especially up here where it's over $6 a gallon.
We still, knock on wood, have not paid over $6 a gallon for diesel yet.
Right. Even everything in this neighborhood is over $6. $6.19, I think, is about the cheapest I've seen right now. So yeah, so it's saving us big money up here. But sometimes it's hard to find a truck stop. Right now it's TA's. Truck Stop America's up here are the best price. But you get to pull up through the trucker lane, use the card right there. And a lot of people don't like it because it's a debit card. You have to put a debit account to it. And they're like, I don't want somebody to know my checking account. Well, then go get another account. You know, how many freaking checking accounts do we have? Way too many. And
at least 6.
So you can take one and just stick, when because what they do is when you put the gas in, it takes them a day or two to take the money out of your account, because they'll tell you what the difference is. They send you a little statement, and we'll show that I'll print one out as soon as we get a printer. We'll print it out, and we're going to show you guys one of them to show you how much we saved on gas these last 2 fill-ups. And definitely, we're even stopping when I only need 15 gallons. I mean, 15 gallons is over $100.
Yeah. No, we are not going to go to the Mid-America in July. It's mid-month. There's
No.
something about it. What
We're
we're
being
going to
Sturgis.
do, we're stopping at a couple places up north. I can't remember what was in Gary, Indiana. And then digital gauges, we're going to stop at Clockworks, Windshield, that's in Mitchell. Digital gauges is in Sioux Falls. And I can't remember what was in. I know you told me, but I don't remember what it was.
I don't know.
Taking my 1976 Sportster to several bike shows. That'll be cool. You got it all fixed up. Is it original? Good evening, King Nation. We'll be in Laconia on the 11th. We will be on Laconia on the 7th. We're getting there. So we're leaving here Tuesday, and it's like, what, 2 hours away? No, 200 miles away. So it's like
I think it's like
3 hours. Pick a phone.
But we're
phone.
actually staying in Warren, so we're not in Laconia.
Yeah. But we'll be up in
So
that
if you
area.
wanted to eat dinner in Laconia on Tuesday night, it probably isn't going to happen. Directions to Warren, New Hampshire.
The governor's first mate.
Yeah, it's 171 miles is what we have to go through here.
3 hours, about 3 hours. It'll
And then
probably
we
take us
stop.
about 3.5,
We
4 hours.
stop at almost all the rest areas, get out and stretch, let Charlie get out. He's a dog.
Oh, Chris and Katrina used that EFS card. Yeah, it does. Well, I got the stupid gas buddy card too. Don't do it. It ain't worth
Gas
it.
Buddy doesn't, half the time it's not the right price, and we're not even sure if they're even giving us the full discount on it. It's just.
And then it's only like pennies. It says
Yeah.
you can save up to 30 cents, and we get there, and when I finally read it and do all the stuff, it's like 3 cents off a gallon.
Or the
To
price
drive across town to get
or
to
the
that.
price is not even nowhere near what they said it was supposed to be. We're pretty much giving up on Gas Buddy.
Yeah,
People go in there, people that own the gas stations go in there and lower the price, and then you get there, and it's 50 cents higher than everybody else.
I think it's the gas station owner.
No, that's what I said. And I think they do that because they figure you draw that way. Screw you. I'll go to the guy across the street before I buy the gas from you because you screwed around with the price.
Oh, cool. That's cool. He's got, it's all original paint. It's got the AMF on the side. That'll be cool. I'm sure you'll win some stuff with that. All right. Sweet dreams. Good night, Sandy and Mr. Crap on a
Everybody goes to
Cracker.
bed early. What time is it?
It's 8 o'clock. You've been
It
on
can't
an
be-
hour,
it
on
can't
an
be-
hour,
It can't
on
be
an
any
hour.
later here than it is anywhere else. Who goes to bed at 8 o'clock now?
If we were home, we've done that before.
No, we gotta go to bed at 8 o'clock. We've never been in.
Got my motorcycle license
Might
now,
go into
and
bed
I
and
can hang
watch
out with all you
TV,
cool
but-
kids. That's cool. You could hang out with us anyway. So don't forget. Gonna talk to them about our meet and greet. So if you are going to Sturgis Monday night, I think it's the 8th. We're gonna have a meet and greet at Kathmandu at 3 o'clock, and we'll see how long it lasts. We not gonna have any time limit on it.
They have a food truck there. If we stay late enough for dinner, you guys want to eat. They've got a little bar there. He's going to give us an area.
Monday, August 8th.
They've got a tin building there. He'll set up some tables and stuff for us to have our own designated area. They got a pool table. Hopefully it won't be too hot.
Yeah, they're Googling the governor of South Dakota. She's crazy.
We're hopefully going to have her on our channel.
Yes, we did. We saw her right up there on the stage on her horse.
Hopefully this
I was
year we're
standing
going to
right
get to talk to her. That's why we're getting to Sturgis so early. We're going to be in Sturgis. Now we're a day late because we have something we have to do.
It's only 4 here. Everybody's going to bed.
And it's 5 o'clock in California. Art should be coming on by now. Where the heck you at, Art?
I don't know. Christy, Noam, and Tam in 2024. There we go. She can show me the ropes. We expect to be there. Okay, sounds good. We'll be looking for you guys. What time? I wrote down 3. Yes, 3 o'clock.
For the meet and greet.
Yeah, and that's on the 8th of August. That Monday. We'll be there for sure. Okay. Good night, Ryder X. Sandy saying good night. She's a great governor. She is. Yeah, there's a few good governors in our 50 states here.
Well, we already got an interview with the governor of Florida, but because it rained, he canceled coming out, and maybe next year.
My water.
So hopefully we'll So that's why we're getting Sturgis so early. We have a lot of people
Randall.
we've got to meet
How
with
you doing?
and talk to and get straightened out with. And the city's had some issues. We're still ironing through what the hell's going on there. We're hearing now that it may be a political thing going on, that the person that was running to be mayor is now bad mouthing somebody else in the government and blah, 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 blah. So they're very lenient. What we're hearing now is they're very lenient on who they talk to. So we're trying to get a hold of some of the people. Actually, we're trying to get a hold of one of the people that they're trying to badmouth. And he's been on our channel before. And get him to, if he's, he should say, yeah, I'll talk to these guys because they're okay. And so we'll see what happens.
I know. That's what Neil said. If the governors would take lead from South Dakota and Florida, the United States would be in a much better state.
Well, it's the people too, and all the stuff. And some of you talked about it on Facebook and stuff. I see your posts. We're not gonna get all political and stuff. We're not gonna talk about this and that. But I mean, we have a couple sitting right next to us at our campground that's got 8 grandkids. They're probably half our age, and they've been married twice, and they've got 4 or 5 kids themselves. Their 13-year-old turned them into, is it DSA? What is it?
Child Family Services,
Yeah.
CFF.
Yeah. So what she did is she wouldn't get out of bed to go to school one day. So she grabbed by her back and she grabbed a hold of her undies and gave her a wedgie. And so she went to school and told the counselor, and they came to the house and they were threatening to arrest the mom. And she says, I can't do nothing with her. She's 13 years old. She's out of control. Well, that's part of the problem that we have in America. And one of you, I don't know if it was Neil or who it was, somebody posted something today about how life used to be. And some of there in there was talking about, can't do my hand. Can't say that. They'll get up. They'll have to hold this whole video down. Just watch what you say. I'm just telling you, if you want to play the game, you have to learn what to say here. So, and then wonder why we end up having to take a video down. So in his case, when I read it, I didn't really see that, and somebody else wrote it in there because that word was in there. Corporal punishment is what they consider that now. And that's what's wrong with America. If a lot of these kids would have been having a little bit more restraint at home, maybe they wouldn't be doing all the crazy stuff that they're doing at schools and all this kind of stuff, because there's no consequences for any kids no more. It's sad. So we won't get on that.
They said, well, when she gets placed in a foster care system, she'll realize
that's what I said.
Really bad.
I said, that's what I told the mom today. I said, why don't you just kick her ass out and let her go there for a while? She goes, I couldn't do that to her. I said, you may need to.
Tough love, they used to call that.
Well, with her husband now, they've only been married 10 years. He had a 17-year-old son before they got married, and he put him in juvie hall for a year to straighten him out. I said, sometimes to me, I think let the state take care of this. Maybe they'll figure out that, hey.
Well, it's not only the kids, because our grandsons really aren't like that. But when my grandson turned 13 and they're in football, she had to go to the doctor and pick up his records so he could go play football. And she called to make sure it was ready, and she kept trying to get my grandson to get ready. He wasn't ready. She said, I'm just going to run up and get it. You better be ready when I get back. So she goes up to the doctor's office, says, I need to pick up Landon's medical records to take to football. And they said, is he with you? She's like, no, he stayed home. I need to pick up his records. She's like, well, we can't really give you his records. We need his consent. She's like, he's 13 years old. He's my son. Give me his records. And she's like, well, I'm not supposed to do this. I'll do it this one time, but any other time, I have to get his consent. 13 years old. They have to get his consent to give his mother his medical records. She says, I pay his bills.
So yes, we all know kind of how the world is, and really what people need to do is you need to stand up. You got kids that are in school and stuff. You need to get a bunch of parents together and go to school and say, hey, and that's why I think a lot of people are sending kids to private school, because private schools don't always have the same rules as what a public school has, and you can be a little more stricter with them and things like that. But it used to be when I was in school, you were afraid of skipping school or something. You were a little kid
because you knew what the consequences were going to be.
You're going to get a SWAT or something like that, and
now it's like, can't hurt me, can't do anything to me.
They don't send them home. And now that's what he said. That's what this one daughter does. Is she don't feel like going to school. Now they let you stay home and do your work from home. And so now that all these kids think that too, I don't have to go to school. I don't do this. I don't do that. So good luck. I'm glad I don't have to deal with that anymore, and hopefully I won't live forever. And
won't
I won't have to deal
see
with
it.
all this, but I feel sorry for everybody that's got kids, and our grandkids are the same way. I really feel sorry for the future of our country. It's really scary. Let's get off of
No,
that.
there's not. Hey, Steven said there's no mammies in Sturgis. Nope. There's Uncle Louis though. He's close. He hasn't grits, but
You should
we
tell
like
him.
his cooking.
Maybe I'll put it on the menu for you.
Yeah, I'll have to call him up and ask him. I don't know. You got to make them grit. They'll never be as good as Mammy's. Mammy's grits are the best. I think they end up putting, they must use like heavy whipping cream or cream in it when they make it because it's so creamy. You know, they're not as gritty as regular grits are. They're good. This is deep. I need a drink. Nomad says. So you've been on a little over an hour and 15 minutes. So is there anything else you needed to say? Your motorcycle noise, the new tool you got, the gauges, bikes we saw today, and the rides I guess we're going to go on.
So now I'm thinking on my motorcycle is I'm thinking it's in the clutch or the drivetrain. That's what I think. Uh, I don't know. The mechanic that Rider X had us, the 30,
Mike.
he couldn't really, well, same thing. Once you ride the bike, you hear it mainly, it's really loud in the morning when you first start it up. If the bike sits a couple hours, it never sounds the same as it does if it sits overnight. Why, I don't know. Well, he drove it. What he said it was is, he said, do you guys do more highway driving, do more city driving? I said, we probably do more highway than I do city driving. Other than, we're in traffic in a rally, but I mean, we don't, we do a lot of the rides and stuff, and that's what I said. He said, well, you probably, he said, I had a motor one time I tore apart, a 110, and it ended up having a carbon buildup on top of the pistons. And as it gets hotter, then it softens up a little bit and you don't hear it. And that's what he said, just drive it. It's not gonna, if that's what it is, it's not gonna hurt anything. He said he didn't think it was anything else. He couldn't hear it, but once again, he said change out the lifters, get rid of those. And I told him what we were doing, and he's like, yeah, I would go ahead and do all that. You're not hurting anything, and I'm getting the motor a little bit more with what I wanted. I wanted to change the cam out. I wanted to change out get rid of the chain inside so I didn't have to adjust it anymore. And see, all those things will eliminate a lot of things, because even if there was a little bit of piston noise, because see what they're saying is with the piston, because I'm not using any oil and it's not smoking at all, it shouldn't be the piston, because there should be blow by if it's slapping, it's not fitting properly in the cylinder anymore. So, which I'm not having that. I've never used any oil and it's never smoked. So that kind of lets me think it's not that. So I don't know. So with this new tool that we're getting, I don't know if I'll be able to do it on Wednesday. Who knows when? I don't know.
We're going to get it up there.
I don't know.
Rod never wrote back, so I don't know.
He might have got off.
Yeah.
And but I don't know. I don't know if he lives there all the time or not. It's just one of his houses that he owns. I think it's just one of the houses he owns. I don't think he lives there. So I don't know how often he has anything shipped there. Maybe he's never had anything shipped by Amazon. I don't know. And so I don't know when the delivery is. They always tell you before 9 o'clock. So if it comes at 9 o'clock at night, I'm not going to be out there messing around with it at night. So it'd be the next morning. If it's not raining on Thursday, I would probably get out there and play with it and see if I can figure out what it is. But if not, it'll be the next day. It's not raining, and I want to do it before I let them tear into the motor, because I know the motor, it could change tone. It could change tone before that, after that. If it changes tone, then it can tell me a lot of different things, because now you got more oil pressure. There's going to have more oil going through the motor, so anything that's worn a little bit could be quieted down. And the clutches, I don't know. A lot of people said something about the compensator, I think that's what it's called, on the clutch. And some of that stuff, if it gets to be, it's still the noise when we get home and I get the garage built, my lift and all that stuff in there, we are going to tear into this. And you guys are going to get to watch. And I have no idea what I'm doing, but I'll figure it out. And so the first thing I'm going to do is take off the chain inside there, take the clutches out, take that whole thing apart, and check all that out and see if I can figure out anything that's wrong with that, and put it back together and replace whatever needs to be replaced. And if there's performance parts I can put in, I'll change that and put something better than what Harley has. If there's anything out there, I don't know nothing about transmissions, so I don't know. So, get another super chat.
Let's see. Nomad just said he'd match whoever gave us a super chat. Match me. Thanks, Mike.
So yeah, it's
I know.
So it's just one of those noises, and I'd really like to know because does anybody have service manuals on your bike? Um, I'm looking because somebody said look in your owner's manual, but when I look in my owner's manual, I'm wondering if I even got the right owner's manual. Well, because in the back when it told me, they said we just go. Somebody else said that in a I don't know if it was Facebook or if it was on a forum or whatever. And so I went there and I looked up the ones that I found on eBay. Some ones for CVOs. One's a regular service manual, which is for all touring bikes, and then you have another manual that's just for the CVOs. And the parts.
Neil, he matched.
Thank you.
And then gave us $10 super sticker. There you go.
Thank you. Appreciate
Charlie.
that.
Yep.
And so I don't know. I lost my thought.
You can access
manuals.
the service manual online through HD.
Yeah, but can you see everything? So if I wanted to go in there and look up how to change out my heating grips, is that in there? It would show you taking that all apart. I don't want to see the parts manual. I want to see the instructions. I don't want to buy them from Harley because they charge too much.
Yes, he says you'll see everything.
I'll go look for that.
Yep. Thanks.
I'll look.
Yep.
Because I type in all the time when it's like that, I'm not getting anything. The only place I see anything is at.
Why haven't we done that before? Forums. Like to get a owner's manual, like for the stove or the garbage disposal. We've done that.
You get a manual. I have a manual that comes with the bike, but a service manual. See, on a stove, it gives you a manual that shows you how to operate it. Like if I need to look up how to calibrate the oven or whatever it is, that's going to be there. But if it were to tell you what size the orifices is for your burners, it's not going to tell you that. I would know that anyway, but I know a lot about gas.
Yeah. There's a fee for that, but you can sign up for a monthly or yearly access.
I don't know if I want to do that. But see, my other bad thing is if then you're always, if you're working on it, I'm always going to have the laptop there. Where the book is easier to, if it gets dirty, I'm not going to cry. I used to have Mitchell books. I don't know if you know what Mitchell is. It's 100 times better than what a Chilton book is. And I had Chiltons too, and I had Mitchell. And they were really great manuals. The only bad thing was that the things you really wanted to know wasn't in the book. But all the specs were there.
I'm 15 years.
So I will look and see what they have. But yeah, I'm thinking about getting some manuals.
It's less expensive than an actual manual. So if you just want to do it for a month, look up the stuff. Maybe you can print it. Then if you get it dirty, it's just dirty pages.
Will it let you print?
Your little greasy hands all over it.
I don't wear gloves. I can't wear.
What's a clammers?
A lot of those guys.
Manual. But it's for 4 or 5 bike models. CLYMERS. Climbers?
It's probably just somebody's name.
Climbers.
That makes manuals.
I don't know. You know how I do things. How's those thumbs up doing? I don't know. I have to see. Which one am I on? Is this?
Good. You're in the chat. So I don't know. So because what I want to do is, because that's a bad thing. I've done this before with, just like looking at on YouTube for stuff.
Not everything. 62 thumbs up.
Not everything on YouTube you should follow. And I've seen that a couple times. Before I do anything that I've never done before, I always watch 3 or 4 different guys' videos. And I didn't do it so much when I changed the water pump. I only found one guy in a 4-part series. But after he did it, I didn't need to take the gas tank off. I didn't need to take the seat off. There was no need for me to do any of that. I could have done just fine without it. It wasn't the end of the world to take it off. It was a full tank of gas, and I didn't really want to siphon it out. And so I ended up taking all that off, and I didn't need to take it off. And he didn't put that at the end and say, well, you didn't really need to take that off. And it was fine, but...
Easier to access too, Mike said probably. You cannot print it.
No, then I'm not happy.
Just screenshot it with your phone or with your, I don't know, where are you all now? We're in Sturbridge.
I don't know if it would let you print page.
Screen print the page. You probably should be able to do that.
We, some kind of copyright.
Randall, we're in Sturbridge, Sturbridge, Massachusetts. I can't say that word either. And we're about 200 miles. So I think he asked.
171 miles from Warren, where we're staying. And actually, we're going a little farther. So Laconia might actually be closer because it's where we're staying is a little bit north northwest
Yeah,
of
Deb and
Laconia.
Mike. Thanks. Deb and Mike helped get us to where we're at today because they were
Directions
telling us
from
you don't
here
want to
to
go through New
Laconia.
York, you don't want to go through DC, you don't want to go through all these places. So
Yeah. So actually, it's only 100. We're only 135 miles right now from Laconia. See, there's the directions right there. See.
goodness, now we're really dark. So yeah, thanks Deb and Mike.
Yep.
Mike gave us
So they
all
gave us
those
some, and we had pretty good, except
screenshot
for the
and print it from there.
tollways.
Mike said you could screenshot it and print it.
And so we'll see. I'll look at that and see.
Hydrox says 68. Oh, I got 70 now.
Yeah.
You've been on an hour and a half. 1 hour. 1 hour, he says. 68
woke
thumbs
up.
up. I've got 70 thumbs
Yours
up
almost.
on mine.
Did you reverse the thumbs up yet?
Yes,
Put
I
your
did.
own?
Yep.
Yeah, give me one.
Nomad says thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up.
So did all you guys watch our oil change
Yeah,
video?
a couple people somebody said he liked the video that you and Adam did.
And then a lot of people said you really liked it. I was wondering about doing the fairing when we did the gauges. I didn't really show him talking. And so I didn't know if that irritated people, that you don't really see the guy. You really just see his hands. You see what he's doing. To me, that's what I want to see. I don't really care what he says. I mean, I do care what he says. I don't need to see his mouth move. But I mean, we didn't. She was working one camera. I was doing the other. We couldn't really, we didn't. This one was a lot better than Adam's. Adam's was a little more confusing because there was a lot of stuff going on. He had to take. They had issues with somebody had an oil change a year ago or something on their bike, and now it's all foam and it's all yellow or white inside and it's overflowing, and it's like, how many quarts do you put in it? And I think the guy did it himself. And so Adam was looking at it. It was like, so he had to keep going back and forth because the guy was on the phone, and I guess he wanted somebody to buy him a new motor. And it's like, first of all, our oil wouldn't do that. And somehow what overflowed it? It's like almost sounded like what would happen in a car where you had a head gasket blown and the antifreeze got in there. That's what it sounded like to me, but of course, Mike didn't have a radiator on it.
So I don't know if they're talking about gas. Do you run high test in your tour bike?
No.
We try to run ethanol free.
Yeah. So it depends on what my ethanol free is. If
Thank you.
If it's not ethanol free, I put premium in it always. If
Pepper
it's
Cracker says Climber manual is like a Chilton manual for bikes, so I guess.
yeah, I'm not a big Chilton guy anymore. But where was you at?
You were talking about what you put in the
gas. So like the other day, we asked that on the live. Last time we did a live, asked you guys if you had a choice of using 89 ethanol free or a 92 with ethanol, which one would you put in? Well, pretty much everybody said the ethanol free, unless they knew they were going to run the whole tank of gas out today. They would go ahead and put the premium in it. So that's kind of what we do. I prefer to always put in my bikes ethanol free, and it's unless you're running a race bike or something, you really don't need 89 octane is plenty for just about anything that's out there, unless you've really, if you've got a bike that's doing 2 miles to the gallon because it's a racer bike, or it's like a boat that has a 454 blown up in it, and it's dual carbs, do everything, and you're ready to race the boat. Well, then yeah, you want 110 octane or something like that. But there's a place down the street here, which I can't get any. You have to go to all these lawnmower places and boat places to buy gas. I was wanting to fill up my generator before we go up there, and so we have, in case power issues or anything like that, we always run our generator. And I can't find any ethanol-free gas down here. It should have gassed up at the Wawa's. Wawa's has it, but it's only 89 octane, which would have been better than nothing.
So Neil says his 84 FXRT has a shop appointment on the 28th. It's smoking out the back pipe. Dang it, he says.
That doesn't sound good.
No, that's what did they say? If it was smoking, it was the lifters.
No, it's usually your rings.
No.
You got an issue with the piston.
It would have been good to see him remove the interfering. We do have that coming up too.
Yes. So we have a complete one to show you all the tricks on how to do it. So there we didn't really show you taking it off and putting it on, because he would have installed those gauges by just pulling the fairing out.
That's all he was going to do.
He would
but
never
we asked him.
Yeah, because I wanted to do two at once. I wanted the interfering.
Neil says, "What's not to like about three holes?"
As long as you lube them all up first.
At least 93. He likes 93. It's hard in South Dakota, east of the state, to find ethanol free, eternal
No.
free.
In South Dakota, you go right there at that station, right there on the corner, right there by the knuckle. That one right there, it has, I think it's like 90 something octane, ethanol free. There's a couple stations in Sturgis that has ethanol free.
You're driven? No, you're driven. I don't know. Oh,
Right.
instead of a chain.
Yeah, we're gonna take off. So the where the
Try an
adjuster's at.
airport.
Yeah. See, they charge. It's like going to a marina. Charge you a fortune. And which it is back where we live in Lake Havasu. You can go and get 110 octane, and I don't need that for my bike. The place we normally get our gas in Havasu is like 92 or 94 octane, and that's usually what I put in the trailer. Where we stop at that one, and the gas was red. That was 110.
That was in Parker.
That was 110 octane. After I put it in one of those racing the racing jugs. And I was like, holy crap.
So Red says they've got the high test and more, and it's ethanol free. Fairly priced gas as it goes. So I guess right up there. At the one station you told us about, he says it's got, the town has everything to meet your needs and not one thing more.
Well, they don't really have a grocery store. I see you got to drive down the road to the grocery store. Unless it's not posted on Google.
There's an app to help find corn-free gas. I know.
I don't want corn-free. Oh, yeah. But, yeah, I have that too. And
hard to get
pure gas.
in Jersey too.
Pure something it's called.
That's where we were just at.
Yeah. So I should have gassed up before, but I was just thinking because of the weight and stuff, just extra weight to be hauling it. I didn't know how many of these hills and stuff were going to go up. And so far the hills haven't really been too bad. Some of these hills we thought were really high up, are only like 1,200 feet up.
I know. It's like,
holy
965
crap.
feet.
We go into Arizona and California, and we're up around 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 feet. And it's like, we're Colorado was like that. We were chucking, I don't know how many, there was like 6,000 or 7,000 feet that time we was in Colorado.
It was 85,000 feet.
85,000 feet, yeah.
Well, 8,500 feet.
We were at the moon.
No, that's further than that. That's 85,000 miles, not feet. Rumor is highest may get cut over regular. I don't know.
What?
Rumor is highest may get cut over regular. So they're going to cut that gas just to get everybody regular gas?
Well,
Premium 93 since day one on the 05.
A lot of people see what's happening now is a lot of people aren't doing it. It's like our daughter. Our daughter always used to put in their Lexus, always put premium in all the time. Well, now, because the gas is so hot, they're in California where it's $6 and $7 a gallon. I believe these people when they show you it's $9 a gallon. It's only in very crazy parts of California that one or two stations have.
And
that
it's always the
amount.
highest price station anyway, they said.
So it's normally, when it was $3, they were already $5 anyway. So don't be shocked when you see that. Don't believe all that crap they show you. Yes, they are definitely higher. They're in between the $6 and $7 range for unleaded. But I mean, it's California, and 75% of that is their taxes they stick on there.
So Neil says that's what I figured too, Bob. Don't have the time, so I'm going to take it in. 5 hours minimum, $1,000, no parts yet. His bike that's got smoke coming out the back. That's Neil.
Hey, did you do that yourself?
He says you don't have time. That's what he just said. He says I can't.
That's not a bike you ride all the time, though, is it?
Well, it's probably the one he's got up there.
Yeah.
At the end of the year, I will extract the ethanol for storage.
And that's what we're going to do with our boat. Because, see, it's like that. My boat, I've had issues now with it 3 years in a row with the boat engine, with the carburetors getting crap in them. And I pay for, normally we're always putting the marina gas. Once again, I don't know what the heck the marina is dumping in their tank. They tell you it's ethanol free, but are you testing it? I used to have a guy that, I don't know if I can find that guy anymore. I think we look for him, he's out of business now. That's Simon's, back in Fairview Heights. Simon's auto repair. Didn't we look for him in the second garage? It's not there anymore. But he used to have a test where he could check and see the percentage of ethanol in it. And he was catching stations with 20, 25%. It's back in the 80s. But I mean, catching cars with maybe it's the 90s, probably the 90s when they have selling tools.
Non-oxygenated fuel. I know I spelled it wrong. It's also called non-oxygenated. So is that the same as ethanol free?
The oxidation would be that they put nitrogen or oxygen in it.
I don't know.
That would just
Uh,
that'd be like a shower head. You can get an oxygen generated shower head where it pushes out more. The pressure's higher by using less water. That's what all these water companies are selling you for things.
Better than those crazies in Louisiana.
What crazies.
Randall says, "How's the traffic been on those interstates and toll roads?"
Well, it's just a handful of stupid, crazy people that are doing Dodge cars.
Their
Well,
on ramps are like 50 feet long to get on the
not
highway.
even that.
They're just like, you get off and you're on the freeway.
And then
There's
some of them are like they have a stop sign, and it's like, how the hell are you ever going to get on it? Definitely, they never rode in California, and because it's like I don't know.
in Sturgis.
So what I do is I just come out, I turn signal on. If we got the truck or the trailer, we're coming out. You either get the heck out of the way, or we're going to run you over.
Oh, he says Apple Knuckers is in Warren there. He says that you've seen the Apple Knuckers.
Yeah, but that's a little farther down. It showed on the map. It didn't show.
It sells everything.
Because I'm
from-
assuming that Warren is those 3 streets. That's it.
It
I
says,
googled it.
it says that they sell everything from groceries to lumber to meals to ammo to beer, and it goes on and on.
It's one of them stores. But usually those stores aren't the cheapest in the world.
You can test for ethanol. I guess they used to have a tester once upon a time, huh? Is it
No,
ethanol or was it octane?
It was ethanol. So they were checking. So what it was is this guy that I used to know. There was a gas station that was caddy corner from his shop, and he was very good. He knew anything
That
about
didn't
cars,
work.
about tune-up cars and diagnosing them. He had all the breakout boxes for the Ford back when everything was the hard way of doing it. And he was the only guy I knew that could fix computer issues when they first came out. And so he had these cars that were having all this trouble running. So finally, what he did is, I don't know what he was using. I never asked him. He was checking to see what. He ended up asking people, "Where'd you buy your gas at last time? When did it start up?" Well, when I got this last tank full of gas, I bought it across the street over there. So he went across the street with a 5-gallon gas can and went over there. I guess he brought 3 gas cans. He got the premium, the normal, and the regular unleaded, and brought it back. And then he tested it all and found out they had like almost 32% ethanol in the gas, and that what it was doing was eating up all the parts inside the carburetors. That's when they had the Ventura carburetors that they had on the GMs. Yeah, going back. How many people remember Ventura carburetors? Had little slides on them. They were weird.
So they said to put seafoam in it. And we did that
I
on
did
the
that.
boat, and it didn't work.
We
It
put that.
still ate up
No,
the carburetor.
we put that in everything I have. So it's in the trailer. It's in. I don't put it in the motorcycle, but when the motorcycle gas comes out. So yes, we put the seafoam in the boat all these last 3 times. So that has been in there. So,
And then we put it in the cars when we left.
Yep.
We got 3 cars that stayed back home. If it has 10% ethanol, you can add 10% water in a jug, and ethanol will stick to the water and sink to the bottom. The clear will be 20%.
I'll have to try that. But you don't want to put that in your gas tank. You want to put that in a clear jar so you
Yeah.
can see.
It's
Don't want somebody
separate.
to think that you can put that in the car and then you'll be sucking water up into your car. That'll be into that too. Yeah.
If you're going to be in Warren, you're closer to the Cant than the Weirs. Okay. Those are the 2 different rides, I think.
We're going to plan on doing a whole bunch of riding up there. We probably only figured
Never
doing,
has her own YouTube channel.
we probably 3 days around the rally, checking out vendors, checking out what's going on, and that's it. The rest of the time we want to ride while we're there. That's we're going to do most of our videos on riding.
You use a little gas and it's a pain. You lose a little gas and it's a pain. I don't know. Is he the one that said that that's when you put the 10% ethanol. You have 10% water in a jug, ethanol will stick. Okay. We'll have to try that.
Because what it would be is the ethanol.
Experiment.
Well, the ethanol should absorb the water. Because that's actually what, when you put heat in your car, that's really what you're putting in it.
Oops, I missed name. Yep,
And
use 5 gallons, a glass of wine jug. I use a 5-gallon glass wine jug. He said he's 81. Oh, now it says 57. A few minutes ago it said 70.
what?
I thought it said thumbs up. Now it only shows 3.
You got to get on the other phone and look at it. Sometimes it takes a minute to come up.
Well, there should be more than 3.
Well,
Crap on a Cracker says 5-gallon wine glass. I got that one. That's correct on the alcohol test. Water in correct proportion. Take 114 east to Lincoln, then 112 across the to Conway. So that's all still in New Hampshire. See, and I was all mixed up too. I thought Vermont was east of New Hampshire, and it's not. It's west. I thought Vermont was
I
on
got
the
59
coast.
people on and
I got 62 up here.
84 thumbs up.
I'm yawning. Oh,
Go back live. I showed I have 59 people on. So 63 up there. I don't know which one's right. Couldn't tell you. So, I don't know. I guess we're about done. Unless you guys have any more
I got
questions.
84 thumbs up. So that's cool.
Yeah, Ryder says he's got 82. And 83.
I got 84.
IndyCar runs on 90% ethanol. Yeah, because they're a different kind of engine.
They're a race engine.
Yeah, because they're more using alcohol to burn.
Gasoline. So
It's like
no one
that's what
makes
you
it
use to
tax-free.
make up your moonshine.
You ever get a mouthful of gas when you tried to siphon it out?
And then if any of these people, how many people are that old to know how to siphon gas? If you were smart, you didn't get a mouthful of gas. I never got a mouthful of gas. I was always pretty good at it.
Just the fumes. Neil says we need 100 thumbs up, and we've got, I show 84.
Got a long way to go.
So we're gonna leave
I can meet you
soon.
in Lincoln. I don't even know where Lincoln's even at.
Well, we've got each other's number, so we'll figure it out. We'll see you up there, Charlie. Put 10 ounces of ethanol in a glass and 1 ounce of water.
Yeah, but what's that? So if it absorbs it, are you then taking the gas out and leaving the water in the jar? Because it wouldn't prove how much ethanol you'd have, because it would only absorb 10% of the water. Would you, when it absorbs it, does it
85.
separate it and then it's not there anymore? I guess that's what it would be. Because the water is heavier than gas, right? It's been a while.
86.
So keep doing those thumbs up so we can get off of here.
Siphon off the clear, and it will be about 2 ounces.
Yeah.
Oops, I missed a bunch of people. 86. Okay, that's what I just did. Facebook. I don't know which one's Facebook. I don't think I got any Facebook up anymore. Thanks for the thumbs up. Have a great night. We'll see you soon. Okay, Charlie, you too. Neil will buy everybody a fireball shot at Sturgis if we get to 100. The thumbs up. I don't know if we're gonna make it. There's
They're gonna
Devin
have that
Mike.
party. They're gonna have that
Charlie
party.
from New Hampshire. Make sure you take
Devin
him
Mike
to
been on all
Woodstock.
night, or
Yeah.
they just come on?
No, they've been on.
Oh.
When we were talking about the maps and stuff, and we thanked them.
Okay.
So okay. Devin Mike says
She
you
said
got.
we drove past where Woodstock was at. Concert. You say we were close to that?
I told you.
I know, but I don't know what that was.
It's because there's Woodstocks in all these states.
I thought you looked it up.
But Woodstock, where the real
From the
Woodstock
60s.
in '69 was in New York, wasn't it? Woodstock, New York. If I'm thinking right, I don't know. I wasn't there. I remember talking about it because I got a talking to about it. Don't feel bad. I get confused in Arkansas. Oops, I keep missing. There, this guy.
Mike. More.
Hey, gas price was looking for soon to be 15. I wouldn't doubt that. They're trying to do everything.
Well, same thing they're doing to the diesel. They're putting more sulfur in it.
It separates and sinks to the bottom. That's what Ryder-X says. If you add water to the E10, the water and the ethanol will sink to the bottom of the jar. I don't know.
We don't burn the E10.
Yeah. Water ethanol mix sinks to the bottom.
Right. That's what I was
in
thinking.
The jar. Okay. Devin Mike will do. Okay. So Charlie's going to take us around. Non-ethanol gas will be available everywhere here in Tennessee. I know.
We're not in Tennessee.
We're up northeast corner of the world. And
you'd think up here they would be
before.
more likely to have it because it gets colder than frick up here. That they'd have it.
I got my arm on somebody else's shoulder over there. No, there was nobody over there. Woodstock is in Lincoln,
New
Hampshire. But I mean, that's not where the original Woodstock
where they
was.
Had the concert.
Where they had the concert in '69. I don't know whose phone. That's my phone. Got your own phone.
Woodstock concert?
It was '69. Woodstock was in New York. See?
Yeah, Bethel, New York.
It was in Woodstock.
Bethel. They called it Woodstock. Oh, it said the festival was supposed to be in the town of Woodstock originally, but it didn't happen that way.
Woodstock
It was in the
is Lincoln
Catskill.
Awesome Prime Rib
There, we've
Breakfast.
seen that. The Catskill. Did we drive through that? Catskill? Wasn't that
No,
thing we
it
kept saying?
was
Something like that. Something Kill.
Bushkill
Oh.
Falls is what we were going to go to
That
in New
Bushkill Falls
Jersey
must be like 100 miles long.
because there was every exit was going to it, but it must be that area. But anyway, they said there was a really nice waterfall there, but it was raining. But I got strawberry rhubarb pie.
With some hole in the place, which will be in the video.
A lot of people write
She
that.
thought
They
it was-
write Pam, so.
She's been called all kinds of things.
Water and aluminum corrode. Water and aluminum corrode. I didn't think aluminum corroded. Where are you? Just logged in. We are in Sturgis, Massachusetts.
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 I don't know how to say it. Dang, I might have to head off. I've got clouds moving in and I don't need a pop-up rainstorm. All right, Neil. Thanks for coming on. I guess he's home. There's almost, or maybe he's got to get home. Almost all sulfur in diesel, zero sulfur in diesel, and it's expensive to process and remove the fuel, loosens lubricancy. I don't know. Can't say that word either. Container ships still burn higher.
I don't know, but it says now almost on all these pumps now, especially at the truck stops, it says it's got a certain percentage of sulfur in it now. I know a lot of people with old diesels complain about that. That's why they don't like to stop at truck stops.
Stay safe. Okay, Dawn. Thanks for hanging out. Woodstock was a music festival August 15th to 18th of 69 on Max Jogger's Dairy Farm in Bethel, New York, about 40
It was supposed to
miles
be in
from
Woodstock,
Woodstock.
but it didn't make it.
No. There
Couldn't
probably
find
would
it.
have never been enough people
Well,
to
we
make
wouldn't have
it
been
to
there
the
in
other one.
'69 anyway. We were only 9 years old. I don't think
I remember hearing about it. That's when the age of Aquarius was going on, and Jesus Christ Superstar, and all that fun stuff.
Everybody was taking a trip and never leaving the farm.
I thought Neil said you wanted to go because you saw dark clouds coming up. Night gone. Massachusetts.
There you go, Massachusetts.
Massachusetts.
There you go. She got it. She won't be able to pronounce it by tomorrow.
Good to see you. I got to find out who this is because I thought I had one of
If
these.
you click on, if you're a Facebook user, if you just click like where you've seen our picture at, and you're watching the video, if you look above it, there's like it's either blue or red, and it says StreamYard. That gives them permission to put your name on here since you're on YouTube, Facebook. If you click on that, your name will come up. That way we'll know who you are, and you don't have to look for it.
No. Oh, it's Mitch and Diane. We're in Sturbridge, Massachusetts. It says. I don't know. And Joyce is watching. Your sister. I talked to her today. Our niece got married. So
Charlie was also 9 in 1969.
Oh, there you go. So you must have been born in 62.
60.
Don't eat.
You said 62.
60 also.
Yeah. Don't eat the brown acid. You mean the age of Aquarius ended?
50,000.
Yes, that was true.
I remember that. The Botanic, no businesses shut down. Yep, I know that.
We got some great news, but we can't talk about it on the internet. And we
don't want to get the guy.
We found out about the CDC and how they counted all this, but I can't discuss it. But if we meet you in person, we'll tell you the story if you ask me.
Yeah.
But I can't go public with it. I don't want to get anybody in trouble.
When are you arriving in Sturgis? We will be there
30th.
June 30th in Sturgis.
Rapid City.
Yeah.
But we'll be in Sturgis.
In that area.
Because that's going to be Saturday. I think then the 30th is Saturday.
I
So we really probably won't be actually going into Sturgis probably till Monday because nobody will be there for us to talk to. So we'll probably be hanging out in Rapid City and things like that.
June, July. Oh, no, June. June 30th. No, it's a Thursday.
Oh, okay. So Friday we'll probably be at the city. I think on Thursday, depending on what time we get there.
So how are we doing on thumbs up?
I don't know.
All right, go. I had some two-stroke 2-my diesel for. Okay. Mike said he had two-stroke oil.
I don't know much about.
Massachusetts.
I don't know much about diesels.
just for you.
86 now, 88 now. A long way to go.
Yep. 8 a.m. scheduled to get in Piedmont on the 4th. All right.
Is he flying? He's coming from Alaska, so he's.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
he's
he flies
riding.
into Wisconsin, gets his bike, and then drives in from there. Is Neil going to meet you up in Wisconsin and travel over with you? That'd be a long ride for him. Neil. Jeez. Ken. 89. They pay hospitals 14,000 years for every
But I know
person who's
more
died
than
in
that.
love.
I know so much right now would be ridiculous. But like I say, I don't want the gentleman to get in trouble. Actually, he's a subscriber now. And,
Or the lady.
yep. And we don't want these people to get in trouble for what we know.
Oh my gosh. I need to talk to you when we get to Sturgis. Find out your diet.
And,
This is that right?
I guess she works out.
Good.
That's what most of it is.
I know. That's
That's
a choo-choo.
But we've been in states now that we've never been in, probably will never come back to. I'm not saying that it would be nice to come back here and spend some time and do some of the stuff that's up here, but probably with our life and time and money, it just isn't going to happen again. Especially with these rallies like this, we don't really get to stop and do a lot of the things if we were just traveling doing nothing. But I mean, to be able to book stuff, because these campgrounds we come in, like this one here, we came in what day did we get here?
Yesterday.
We got here, and the 2 spots they gave us, the first one I couldn't back into it because my truck would have ended up in the bushes, would have scratched the heck out of the front of my truck. So we didn't go there. The next one they showed me, we went over there and looked at it. It's like 20 foot long. I can't put a 30-foot trailer in a 20-foot spot.
And so, it was like the lake was right here, so the trailer would have been hanging off.
So we're like, what, you know? And then this one road, when you drove up, it said you had to turn around. There was no way to turn around. So it's like, well, I ain't going up there. I'm not going to back this trailer down in ruts and everything else trying to get down it. And so we didn't go up there.
And so he started running olive oil on his bike because the mechanic says the oil pressure was too high.
Well, I used to put transmission fluid in engines to clean out the lifters when you used to have lifter noise. We used to put a quart of transmission fluid in with the oil change and quiet down lifters all the time. We'd clean them out, get them pumping again. I used to do that all the time.
Apple cider vinegar.
So then we ended up having to park in the parking lot. They had to move the cars, which wasn't really a parking lot. It was like 5 cars parked there. We backed in there. They hooked us all up and got us electric and water. And so I didn't want to unhook the truck or nothing. So we kind of just stayed around the campground last night. Didn't do anything. And then this morning, I guess last night, we drove around. And because they said, well, if you want to drive, you're not supposed to use a gasoline golf cart. But
the word transients.
So we're allowed to use it. So we drove around and we ended up going. She showed us these 3 spots that are available. Well, same
tomorrow.
thing.
People were leaving tomorrow.
It would have been
today.
And so we drove around and it's like, okay, the farthest one, I thought, that'd be all right. You go up there, there's like some 2-foot ruts that you have to get through. And I said, I could probably get up there with a trailer, but I actually needed to turn the trailer around to back into the spot. There'd be no place to put the truck. So I'm like, that's not going to work. So we come back down and we go around where they got the full hookup set. And there's a spot there. So I go back in the office and I'm like, well, we had to wait. They closed at 5 for some reason, till 5. I don't know what the hell this lady went. It closes at 7. Where are you going? 2 more hours, you quit anyway. So she comes back and they're like, they get on the radio. She goes, when do you want to move tomorrow? I said, no, I want to move now. And so they call and they said, oh, you can have that spot. And if that's what you want. I'm like, well, yeah, why not?
And they kept saying, are you sure? Did you
so then
look at it
I
again?
unhook everything and I get over there and I'm getting ready to move and these guys come over that helped us hook up the electric and all that, brought me extra extension cords. And he said, oh, you don't want to get over there. You're not going to find a place to park your golf cart or your motorcycle or anything. And it's like, I think I'll be all right.
Did they call you yet?
So, the golf cart and all that is sitting right there. Golf cart, motorcycle, it's all sitting right there. Truck, there's not enough room for the truck, but... I used to put Marvel Mystery Oil in the engine too.
Oh, is that really something? I thought it was like...
No, it's in a red can, black print. No, it's real. It's real. We used to put that. I don't know if I put it in the new cars now or not, but I mean old cars.
All right, I'm going to keep the chain tight. God bless you both. Be careful and enjoy. And thanks for your invitation. Thank you, Stephen. Call us and let us know. And talk to Ryder X. Maybe he can help you out there too. He knows a lot about all that stuff. He did a lot of research before he got his staging system. Is that what you call it?
He's what he put in his bike.
Summer of 2020, I was pulling a 53 reefer trailer. No, man, we'll do that. All right. Hey,
So-
there's David Eastwood. Did Paul call you, David? Because he said he would. He didn't say when. He just said he'd call you. Because I think I texted you back and
Got
told you
91.
that. Uh-oh.
9 more.
Don't forget to give us a thumbs up, David. You're the last one on. You got to give us a thumbs
Everybody's got to
up
give a thumbs up.
before you leave.
We're trying to break 100 before we get off.
Yep.
And we can go back, get ready to go sleep, take a shower. I guess
We've
we'll take a
done our
shower first.
duty. We can go home and sleep well.
If they don't watch him, they wouldn't know. And you sound more like a German guy.
They said that was
Oh, it
James
was,
Bond
yeah,
thing.
I guess it was.
Conrad's. Oh, what was his name? I can't even think of his name now.
He's dead. He died.
You're absolutely correct. Don't even watch the news anymore. I know. It's 94. All right, there we go. 6 more people. Thumbs up, thumbs
There's got more
up.
people on now. I got 68 on now.
How about that?
Holy Jennifer
So
Jupiter, Batman.
68 up there too.
Must be those California
Almost
people getting
2 hours you've been on.
Yeah, we said we weren't going to do that no more. Giving you all this good. Well, we didn't have one last week, so we put an hour from last week onto
Oh,
that one.
all right. That's how
Because we didn't
you're
work last Sunday. So we figured you guys would be out partying all the time.
for thanking all of our vets. 98. 2 more. 2 more. Give us a thumbs up if you're on
And actually,
before you leave.
that ride,
Feels
what it's
pretty
really
good.
for
Good.
is it's for
Thought it
PO,
was a shot.
it's for POWs and soldiers missing.
MIAs.
Yeah, missing in action. It's not
99.
it's not a veterans ride. So, which I was misunderstood. I thought it
You
was
gotta do it on YouTube.
I thought it was a memorial ride, is what I thought it
Okay, we
was.
got 100. According to Rider X.
So that's what I thought the ride was, and it ends up it's not that way. Up, we got our super chat. You just walked it out. Super chat.
Oh, $20. Hey,
Thank you.
thank you. There's Bill. Bill's on.
I think we got enough to fill half the tank up tonight.
Yep.
Actually, a quarter of the tank. We ran a quarter
I
out
got a
today.
text from Paul. He will be there on the 4th. I told him I would be there on the morning of the 5th. There you go. Did you tell him what you needed and what you wanted? Because if you want a specific color, you got to tell him before you get there. So he has it in the truck or has it delivered.
Well, if he's talked to him, he probably
Yeah.
already asked him and told him what he wanted.
He said he got a text from him. So, all right. I'm glad. Thanks. See, you got to let us know if things aren't working out.
Yeah, he's let us know, and because we're going to do a video here probably this next week before the rally starts about how to get a hold of all the vendors that we have, their contact numbers and stuff like that, so you guys can set appointments up if you're coming to Sturgis or any of the rallies you're coming to. I highly recommend that all the time. I never did it originally, but we always got a hold of the vendors like Speeds. I always had them do I used to have them do my oil service and change. And so when they got there, as soon as I seen them setting the truck up, I'd pull up and say, hey, how soon can I get in here? And they're like, okay, we'll be open tomorrow morning if you want to be here at 9 o'clock. So I'd pull in at 9 and I'd wait and get my oil change and do all that right then. So.
Dawn says she'll do ESP. Is that what do you call it?
Extrasensory perception?
I used to work with a girl and she's like, oh, I can't believe it, because she'd think of something that was like in the future and she's like, I have ESPN. That was Brenda. Anyway, that reminds me of that, ESPN. All right, are we done? You're hour and 57 minutes. Yep, I'm on the end.
This is last call for questions. Any questions, any concerns?
Here we go.
Speak
Good night,
now.
you guys. Talk to you soon. Bob Dent. Rider X wants us to call him when we get done. We got to call him. We also got to call Rod.
Yeah.
103 on my page. All right, Richard. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Now, Richard, are you going to be there in Daytona next year if we come down for the spring?
We saw him last year in Daytona. He met us at the.
He lives in Myrtle.
He lives in Myrtle,
okay,
and
that's what it was.
He was up at his class reunion.
Steven was mad. He wanted to meet you.
How was your leg?
You guys live right there. You guys should meet up with each other. Go out for a
ride. They got each other's numbers. Did you get your? He's looking for a trike. Yes. Still looking forward to Dan Kite pinstriping the king. All right. Yeah. Did you call him and make an appointment, Ken?
Because he does appointments too.
Yeah. All righty, Neil. Take care and good luck on that bike. I hope it doesn't cost you as much as you think it's going to.
That's a lot of money.
Night, Deb and Mike. Capone Cracker says good night. And there's Rod. Good night, crew. Talk to you when you get done. No rush. I'm up. Okay. Sounds good, Rod.
She'll talk to you right on the way back to the camp.
Yep. If I don't lose you.
We're here at Walmart. Right down the street from Walmart. This Walmart's like one of them cheap Walmarts. Only got like 4 aisles that have frozen goods in them, and that's it.
There,
Sad.
Richard, call Steven. Steven, call Richard.
You don't realize until you're in these little bitty towns, you have very limited choices of what you can get and have and do.
I should make a copy of my.
They do
There's
have
a
a
little
movie theater
sign.
here.
No, they have a little sign in my bathroom. It says, "You never know what you have until it's missing," like toilet paper, for instance. I don't know.
We seen today a drive-in movie theater.
Oh yeah.
We had one back in Illinois. It's the only two I've ever seen.
Don't forget my $75 gift for Rick Rack. Got it. Night all. Good night, Ken.
And if you want something from Rick Rack, you can also make
Antonio.
appointments there. If you're going to buy something, you want
Yep,
them
you
to
want them
install
to put it on. Yep.
You can set appointments up with them too.
Good night. Is that Joyce? Yep.
The
Good night,
other
Joyce.
nice thing about getting appointments is it makes sure your stuff is there and they put it away for you.
Yeah. You don't want it to be,
Because a lot of stuff they're selling out of. Everybody's doing that.
especially in Sturgis. It's not really one of the last rallies,
But
but
it's the last
if
big
they're
one.
on the road, they're, yeah.
Most of them stock up before they get there.
Good night, Neil.
Because like Rick Rack's not at any
Rick
more
Rack.
rallies till Sturgis. He does Myrtle Beach and then he's done till Sturgis.
Okay, Patingaling.
So that we're going to leave you
Patina.
right here at the Patina Nation. There you go.
Yep, he
I've
said
hopefully
it.
said it enough because we haven't been saying it on any of the videos. I don't even think about it.
So thanks for hanging out with us tonight. We hope you had a good time. We sure did. And subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Share us with your family and friends. Think about Patreon. Give us a big thumbs up. Ring that bell for notifications. And we'll see you on the next video.
Monday night is a Sturgis video coming out, so check that out. We're probably going to have a... have you ever thought about putting a fat tire on the front of your bike? I didn't get one, but we're going to show you how to do it and who does it. So that's going to be kind of neat. And we have some fairing. I don't know when that's going to come out. We got some fairing videos to show you. We also got some air shocks to show you about how to, if you want to lift your bike up and down. Which would have been something we probably should have got her when she had her street glide. So when you got done riding, you hit the little button and...
Oh, I know. That's kind of cool. That girl is so excited. Wait till you see her. She was really excited.
And I don't know when that video's going to come out, so it may be a little while. That one may even come out after...
Sturgis.
No, after Laconia.
No.
I'll probably be able to do a few.
We have a slow truck over to...
Because we have a lot of videos I still need to get done. I got the veteran one from
Daytona
I haven't done for
the Vietnam Wall vet.
Yep. We got a video for them I need to still do. I've got... I want to get Adams done because we did Adams first. And I want to get that done because I got to give him the video
Footage.
so he can put it on his channel.
There's Clint.
Yeah, Clint's on.
Hey, night guys.
And,
I don't know if you were on all night or not, but good to see you.
And,
Love these 2 hours. I'm tired. It wears me out.
well,
Anyway.
we're only looking at an hour.
Yeah.
And
So now you've been on 2 hours and 1 minute.
there you go. So we're going to wrap it up right here in wonderful Massachusetts. Yes, Massachusetts. We don't have to say it one more time because we're not going to do more live, so we're not going to say it again. So we'll say it tonight, and that'll be it. And then we'll be in New Hampshire, and we can pronounce that.
Yep.
New and Hampshire. I got some hamsters.
Is that where the hamsters are from? No. I don't know.
I don't know where they came up with the name of the hamsters for that motorcycle
bike
group.
builders.
Yeah, I have no idea.
That's their special group,
Yeah.
elite group for bike
I should
builders.
talk more to them. Maybe I'll give me a T-shirt.
You have to be a hamster.
I
to
put it on a
get one.
wall. Put it in a frame. I don't have to wear it.
All
A bunch of
right.
them sign it.
There you go. You betcha I know somebody who could get you one. Marilyn.
You think she could give me a hamster shirt? Call her and see.
All
Put it on a
right.
frame in my new garage. It could be on our wall of our studio we're going to build. High-tech studio. We're going to be the only YouTuber, the motorcycle channel, that has a studio in their garage. Going to have a lift. It's going to be real professional. And
In
we're going to go to the
127-degree weather.
I'm gonna have air conditioning in that little room. I already decided got to measure how high the bike's gonna go, and then that's where the roof's gonna be, because it's like an 18-foot ceiling, 20 foot, I don't know, it's freaking tall. Garage doors are 14 foot, so it's plenty tall, and I gotta figure out how high the bike is, and I gotta figure out how much my lights are gonna be around it. I'm gonna see if Tad wants to help me. My son-in-law, he does photo shoots, not photo shoots, he does commercials. And I don't know if he's ever shot in a studio.
Oh, Randall, you're going to Laconia? That's cool. I didn't realize that. Have a bar outside overlooking the lake. All right, well, we'll see you, Randall, and Laconia then.
Have we met him?
Yes, he's in Louisiana. It was
Oh.
at the Raging Cajun. That's Randall. The one that called us and told us about the crazies
So
on.
he's going all the way up there?
Yeah, that's what it says. He says he stays at the.
We stayed
Margate.
at doesn't mean he's going this year.
Oh, we stayed at. Oh.
Are you going this year? I don't
Oh.
think he is. He would have
I
said
thought he said we're staying at.
We
Sorry. See,
getting
I
excited.
read what I think I see. There's Lady Tam. Good night. And Calypso Notch. Well, damn, I missed it.
You can go
Yeah,
back and
you
watch
did.
it.
There you go.
Except then it's got the commercials on it. But if you watch it real quick, I haven't turned the commercials on yet. You can go back and watch it.
Alrighty. So we said
no,
our
he's not going
stuff.
this year. Randall's not going this year.
Oh,
I didn't think he
sorry,
was.
Randall.
I would have figured he would have told us on
Yeah.
Messenger that, hey, we're going to see you guys.
All right. Well, sorry.
That's it. So
Okay.
we're going to end it. She's going to turn you off right now. Bye.
Bye. Thanks for